do this. This is
Let's talk about it again, because pocket picks are already
too
off
big.
the board. The Rumble, the
cool.
first start here, might imply it's going to be a tank response from Heretics. As
There we go. We'll do it like that for now. Craft.
The Sinzal's the first to go.
Sinzal being banned together with Syndra on left side, to me screams B1 Jarvan.
It could be. I also think
Okay.
Wukong is pretty decent as a B1, especially since.
So there's Azir, Yunara. Okay, there's the Yunara ban.
Syndra ban. I think of the Syndra champions that Syndra likes to play into. So Talia,
I think Azir is much worse at this level than it is at the higher level, where things are much more scrappy, a lot less organized. So there's Jarvan still as a possible first pick. Poppy's up though.
Opens up the Jarvan as kind of like the sole S tier aggro jungler that we usually see at internationals.
And Yukino does the... Oh, it's Corki though. Yukino does the like lethality Jarvan as well. So much stronger early, much weaker later. Very much about scaling... No, sorry, not scaling, like snowballing. And taking over the whole game. Corki B1 though. Oh, I was expecting it to go left and right. No.
I look at the AD carries that are available. Kais is pretty good.
Okay, Rise Kiana.
We said both these teams, mid jungle is really important for both these teams. The way they like to play. Rise, lots of setup for the Kiana.
So still the Jarvan who can play into Rise obviously, but Rise does get a bit more tanky. He's not super vulnerable considering he has no dash, but early on.
Douglas onto this Kiana.
Yeah, so slow Q into the Rise. Like
So it is going to be the Jarvan.
I think Quay Jarvan's a great duo that they can take into it unless they want to drop mid because slow Q has a lot of picks. But I think that you could really
You could just take Sion here as well, no?
I mean, look, just quickly touching back on
Or you can take a mid. I think there's plenty of mids that you don't need to particularly worry. You can go stuff like Wei. You can go stuff like Cassio, but I think it's quite vulnerable into Kiana. Especially if Kiana is playing well. There you go. It is the way.
J4's not good into Kiana. Kiana's too much mobility. It's an annoying matchup. He's picked it into the Kiana because it's good into Rise.
This is the thing, right? Is that so? Just like they're saying on the cast, Jarvan is good into Rise, but not so good into Kiana. But the thing is that it's fearless. So yes, you're very comfortable on Jarvan, but also you're using your Jarvan in the maybe the not most optimal matchup. So it's like it's a really interesting mind game because if you take it and take something else, and then next game you don't get the Jarvan as well, then it can be start to be a problem. So it's always just the interesting extra questions that you're being asked as a coach in Fearless that you wouldn't.
I think also now we could look for some answers into the Nico being banned to set that up on R4. Things like the
Okay.
Karma, which is often picked into the Nico, could be looked to ban.
What do you guys think?
I mean,
I feel like Poppy
careful.
when you have Kaiser in the game, when you have Kiana, even on the other side as well against the Corki, it feels like a very facilitating answer that maybe Kaiser could pick up here, that maybe we could get as a response.
there is stuff like the Nico obviously to go with the Kaiser, but mostly any melees will also be fine.
Hey, you called it, Jake.
Poppy, I think, is a good ban.
Because it denies the dive comp and all the dashes that you are going to
You can
have
start
on
building some dive comp, but Rise doesn't really work that well, I think, with the dive comp.
Also get set up from this.
You want to be playing like a little bit more on the sides and stuff, but I guess as you already got the Kaiser Kiana, you have to just be going in. But he can't always, because he's quite short range, he can't always follow up on the diving.
Works fantastically with Kai'Sa as well, right? The whole IG Kai'Sa Rakan skin line came from that duo in 2019.
The Rakan mobility would be good into the Jarvan as well. The only problem I have is Rakan...
Gwen ban, so it might be just being about blinding a tank top, taking something like the Scion. Of course, there's no Trundle because both junglers locked in already, so that makes tanks instantly start to become stronger.
Exactly. So for Heretics on R4, I'd potentially look for the Nico if it's open. The only problem, again, is that Karma pick, so maybe we see a ban towards it. However, no, we have seen the Cassante. Now, Renekton often gets set up by a Cassante ban.
Okay.
And again, Ambessa being banned away. Have you just noticed there's no real tank shred on the side of KCB? I think Sion's pretty broken.
I kind of felt like the Poppy...
Alistar, yeah, Alistar highest picked, I think, for them in support for Kaiser.
Right? Even though you don't like it when Renekton is open, right? The Alice is going to get locked in instead right here for Kaiser. And again, if there is more of a ranged matchup...
So it's going to be, what, Corki plus, there's like Rel, Rakan, Nautilus, then the Scion. Yeah, there you go. There's Scion.
I think they could have considered, Heretics could have considered picking Scion on R4 here. They prioritized the Alistar very, very heavily. I wonder now, if you just go Braum into the Alistar and now the whole game is suffering for Heretics, I think Braum would be fantastic into the dive comp Heretics.
Yeah, I think Braum's okay, but like Alistar's the best of the melees into Braum, right?
So Braum is the Achilles heel as well.
I really think so for KC Blue. I think it's fantastic. I don't know how you play this game anymore.
Okay.
I think you're diving into the Braum, and lane is impossible.
You have to dive as well because Wei has more range than your whole comp. So good luck. if you're not diving, good luck.
I feel like we saw something very similar today. World guys, top esports.
I'm not sure. I think it's just a bit wonky. Like if you're going for the rise, I would much rather take less dive, and if you know you're going to go dive, I would take something else in mid.
I think, however, the
Rise can get strong though, and on side he can be really useful. I think Sion, not banning Sion and banning Cassante was a bit weird. If you're not going to take the Sion yourself, I don't think he's ever. If both are up, he's not taking Cassante there on 4. He's taking Sion, so at least you can just do another ban. You know, you can ban Braum. You ban Braum, then you can also get away with anything other than Alistar as well if you want it.
The tools are there, and currently in a fearless meta in a game 1, that looks like a stock standard draft.
Man, you know how often you see drafts where it's 3 with because what's happening right now is that you have 3 pushing lanes and a stronger early jungle for KC Blue. I think they're gonna roll Heretics this game.
Well, if it comes
That's
down to draft, that's one thing.
the bold claim, but I think that there's something to that.
Maybe Heretics have a little bit more to go.
I think if Kiana gets rolling,
We're about to get into game number 1
maybe it can work.
I'm getting shouted something in my ear. I can't hear anything because France is loud and it has really good pastries. But KC Blue, it's their arena. Heretics are coming in. They're going to be the upstarts. Both LEC organizations and both LEC organizations will have a
So they're both already in LEC Hogs as academies, but they're also both playing for LEC in winter.
bloody loud.
A lot more on the line, I think, than ever in the EMEA Masters, which is awesome.
Both of these teams are inherently very, very bloodthirsty.
Oh.
We have a pause, which we're going to resolve really, really soon. But as you can see here, there are some shenanigans that can be built up, at least in the early game, right? Particularly with the Braum, and of late invades are usually really good to try and split them up, especially when the cast is going to be playing under tower. You also split them up, then suddenly you have a lot more dive action happening.
Absolutely. I think the problem is that KC Blue have infinite options, right? That's the problem. They have so many ways to play the game because they can win isolated mids. They can get push top lane early, push mids, and push bot.
Wow, this is kind of like how Yukino likes to play, right? 3 primal lanes, 3 dominant lanes, and then he suddenly invades.
Okay.
This is KC.
Now let's just get into it. Like now I just wanted to start. I think it's really hard. I think if Kiana gets set behind, or if Rise gets pressured early by the Jarvan, I think it can fall apart very quickly for Heretics.
We're guests here, the French cast going on the other side of this 4,000 person arena, and it's pretty packed actually. Like, we're not at max value, but we are pretty close. And it would have been I mean, I can only imagine, you know, that Spain would have been able to compete with this as well, but yeah, we're gawking a little bit. There is a bit of a pause. We'll get you an update when we can. We are just
Let me get my
tuning in now, so the pause unknown currently, but I do see some tech issues going over onto Heretic side, or at least the very start of it.
Okay, what should we do? Should we do while we're waiting?
Meanwhile, we're dancing.
I'm looking at Yukino smiling, you know, he's feeling good.
Yep.
He's like, I'm about to load into a game with triple prior lanes.
I'm gonna get up the let me see if I can get up the draft from before, and then I can look at it again.
And I think it's a terrible read from Heretics. Look, you only ever really go Alistar early on when generally you have 3 bans, okay? Alistar likes 3 bans.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna
Well, because then you're pigeonholed into Rel.
find the.
The reality is that Alistar doesn't do well in these champs, so usually you have more to cover him. I mean, the champ's
I'm
OP,
getting mixed messages from you.
Yeah.
You said Aatrox saved the draft.
You're
little
saying
bit.
it's a
Not
terrible draft
really.
read.
He's just a
I don't
top
think
laner.
Aatrox saves the draft.
Like, Aatrox saves it a tiny bit. It's better than it could have been, but I still think it's not enough.
Okay, can I translate this?
Yeah.
It's not an FF15, but it's close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I mean, it is rough, and I feel like Kaiser as well is one of those lanes where a lot of the time.
I'm just making the
early game in this current meta when we have
draft
constant
quickly.
diving junglers, these
So
are
it
times
was
we can get
Syndra ban
lethality junglers that can
and
dominate
Zin ban
So whenever we see a game
and
like this, right,
Yunara
it's generally
ban.
what you want to do is swap your AD carry with the top lane, so that you get one pushing lane, and then you can play around that.
The lights are off. Oh.
Nope.
Get that drum. They can't hear us.
They baited you. They turned them back on.
No, the lights are off.
Ambassador? Just quickly putting in all the things. Because I think
There's getting debated by the
it's one of those situations where I feel like each one kind of made sense in isolation. But overall,
I've worked here before.
really not so much. So I'm gonna leave it up, and if it becomes a lot about draft, we'll talk about draft in between the games. Because I think with Corky Poke and with Way Poke, you have to dive, but diving into Braum and Scion with the champs you have seems like it's going to be quite hard. Now you can invade because obviously Braum is ridiculously strong early on. You tag anyone with the passive and you are going to win those early fights, which means if you're not doing something with the Braum, it's almost like you're not getting the max value from it. And this is what I said, Kiana needs to be ahead. So he's just going to, Yukino's going to take enemy blue, then he's going to cross back. Okay, no, it's just going to be a blue trade. He's not going to cross back. I thought he was just going to go straight over to... Because Jarvan level 2 is... Has he got time to do this? Maybe. I don't think he does he? If he's not got smite, he's just he's gonna clear to that side and have just traded buffs. So this is actually really good for Douglas, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna manage to steal away those wolves camp and then maybe double back down to bot side. So he is giving Douglas that Grump and the Krugs. I'm a little bit concerned of the Scion main.
So now this is just Jarvan taking kind of a not particularly effective path. He's going to see wolves are down. Douglas is going to clear back. He's going to take 2 camps, and then he's just also going to be able to have his bot lane camps.
He needs to know that this was possible, and he definitely did have the info.
Because there was no defensive wards placed down. So the biggest question is, again, does he go, okay, well, with the timing?
I mean, this is free flash at the very least.
As well does a good job, and the damage might be enough as this Scion flashes away.
They have nothing.
Manta gets out, the burst done, but the flash now down.
Yeah,
Flash down for free. This is quite strange. I'm not. Okay, Jarvan's gonna. Jarvan is gonna be able to go back in and take camps, but it's not like Jarvan is massively snowballed. Kiana's gonna be able to take red, Scuttle and base, and after all that, Jarvan's gonna have one more camp because he took these. But it's. I feel like Heretics got away with this. I think you can just take blue and you can just come back across and stop Kiana from taking this and then go across and then you can re-push in with your pushing lanes. So this is a situation where it's a bit weird. The jungglers are going to be, like Jarvan is going to be ahead. But not as ahead as I was expecting considering you have 3 pushing lanes and a stronger early jungler. So you have 1 camp up as Jarvan. They're both going to get their second spawn of Raptors. What is Yukino doing? This is just really off timing. He's going to just take the Raptors and walk away.
He's actually looking for Mercy instead.
Things are going down. Mercy on low on mana. Yukino, the angle's just not there. Slowq's already pushed him out.
Why is neither of these junglers gone to base?
With mana in this lane, it's easy for Slowq now to just get the shove.
Yeah, no setup for the gank with the EQ flash. Douglas is going to look for something onto Slowq.
The wave clear is
should
here.
look for the Raptors right here if you can.
I mean, Slowq, if he dies, he'd be greedy. All he has to do is just path up. He's got the Severing Bolt.
I mean, this is just they're both really indecisive about what they're trying to do, aren't they? If you'd have done either of those things, committed to either of those things, and now you base. He's going to base and get back to the respawning top camps, and then he can do respawning top camps into respawning bot camps, so it's not going to be too bad. He's going to be able to take this.
So he's completely happy. It's actually Douglas who has to recall, spend his gold and get his pickaxe, and in the end, it's a 12 CS lead to Yukino, 3 camps ahead.
He's the one with 200 gold as well. Quick side note, the push that we saw down in bot before was Rin.
But it's all just a bit strange, I think. Some of the
Only missed the cannon minion, came back for the rest with Valkyrie.
some of the decisions a little.
Still up in the lane, as we expected. We talked about the weakness of bot lane. With that shove out bot as well, it looks like Rin has lost a
Okay,
little bit of steam.
how are the rest of the lanes going?
It's
10 CS lead in
so
bot.
characteristic to see Yukino
That's part of the
on a champion that
Braum
you
into
can do so
Alistar
many
early,
things in the
Corki is strong
game,
early.
but primarily because you have that priority, he just used that to deprive Douglas off of his camps instead of playing over aggressive, right? If you make one mistake and Kiana gets a kill, that champion can snowball really easily. So right now KCB, they know they have a bunch of scaling with Corki, Quay plus Sion, so they just need to take it nice and slow.
Yeah, and now my eyes are on mid lane, right? As much as Sion recalling here is a little bit annoying, he can always get back to lane pretty easy. He's Sion.
Yep.
I'm looking at mid lane because mid lane matchup is going to get worse and worse and worse. As the poke comes through from Wei, as he gets points in his abilities, he's just going to keep Rise pushed in. Mercy isn't going to be able to roam as easily on this champion.
Aatrox's going to crash this wave in.
And he's eventually going to have to suffer because there's no
It's going to be a scrap for the bot scuttle, but
Engaged though, Yukino's down in bot.
he'll come out from Kai'Sa.
Kaiser.
Kaiser and Kai'Sa.
And it's not going to be a cycle because it is a phase rush Alistar, not an unsealed spellbook.
So again, Jarvan's going to take another camp, but both mid and bot are pushing, so there is no chance Kiana gets this.
A camp, not even this scuttle crab off. 6 acquired, Cataclysm up, and Douglas is now at a big disadvantage.
He's getting invaded right here. His blue buff as well.
And
So
because
right
they
behind him,
contested-
so Douglas could be under a lot of trouble, but
Okay,
and
Kaiser
Rin
is coming out.
have sort of sniffed this one out and they're following through.
They have flashes though, so any ulti here from Yukino won't do too much.
Kaiser stop out, Yukino ults anyway. Kaiser just bops him away, but the follow-up is good.
Okay,
No
that's kind of a
follow-up
wasted
from
ult.
Douglas.
Still
Meanwhile,
has flash.
it gets even more
Is he going to
dangerous.
get
Terry
tagged?
stuck around and the blue buff now
Lots of
unacquired.
fighting over the blue buff.
Wants to get the steal, but the wall's in the way.
Oh, nice flash. Okay. I mean, you just can't take these, like, you can't take early skirmishes against this. You can't take early skirmishes against Braum and Jarvan. Especially when you don't have ult on Kiana. And so, yeah, okay, Jarvan used ult and only got a chunk on Alistar, but you don't have ult to answer, so...
Top points with Braum. We're talking level 6 Jarvan versus level 5 Talia.
There was just no way of winning that.
Heretics to play those close call fights in the jungle. And they fall prey. Now 1 kill going over to Corki as well.
Yeah.
That's looking to play for the more expensive build, the Trinity into the Mana Moon later on. And feeding towards that Trinity Force much faster is insane for that Corki first pick.
When bot's already going that well as well, as you said, Trouble, like,
Okay.
this Corki getting ahead is great. Also sets up for the Grub rotation now. 1 second. In case Blue get the kill, they back off, they back away, and now return. Grub's going to be started here. Douglas just hit level 6, but he's going to be late, at least to one of these Grubs.
And the thing is, you know, Mainta, he can recall an old bot lane to catch the bot side wave. So there's no real cross map onto platings here for Rin to be able
And they're not going to take 3 grubs. I mean, this fight, I just don't think, like, I don't think there's any way of winning this. Braum is too strong in these kind of fights. Jarvan is strong in these kind of fights. Kai'Sa isn't as strong as Corki. Like, no one is stronger. So why are we fighting for this blue buff?
He's very serious.
That's so much confidence, by the way, just to go. I mean, it also is trust in the fact that your comp is way better with the EQ flash, and the engage is great.
Trust in Piero as well. Piero, really big part
Okay.
of the play. Great Brom shield as we get an invade from Heretics.
EQ comes through. It's just going to be a fight for these. Okay, he's got 6 though. Is it going to be enough? Nope. 1 for 1. 1 for 1 with committing a lot of resources. Oh, Sion ult. Oh, Kaiser's dead. I mean, this is brutal. This is just going to be... This is so brutal. Guys, this is not going to be close. Please.
Want a savior in this particular moment.
Please.
The fear to stop the combo after the Kiana ult hits his jungler, buys them so much time. But
I don't think you win the mid 2v2. You might win the top 2v2. You don't win the bot 3v3.
I mean, Mainta with the bush Sion Q to take off Kaiser's head. It's so much damage all of a sudden. But the initial fight is a 2 versus 4, right? They managed to find a 1-for-1 trade in a 2 versus 4. Douglas dies.
Well, 2 versus 3, and then Kaiser comes in the last second.
And the pop.
And even that is fine.
But here's the fog of war Q.
Even that would be not great for Heretics, because you commit loads of resources and go 1 for 1. But then Rin also loses barrier. And flash? Where did he flash? Am I blind? Maybe I'm just blind. I looked down to check if he had flashed, and then he flashed, and I looked up and I was like, where did he flash? I mean, this game is
as well. 1,500 gold leading for KCB.
Very difficult already.
Now with that Scion as well, that we're already talking about the comp. It needs a bit
Because
of
you're
legs
just
on it, right?
going
It
to
needs
be
a
able to
bit
keep
of
pushing
time.
anywhere. You just start stacking Drakes.
Start doing damage. Scion ahead early.
And I don't think it's not like you're going to get to a late game point and then suddenly Heretics.
Numbers. We're talking about ease of execution, the range through KCB with the
I don't think Heretics outscale either.
Together with the Scion, it's just going to be much easier for them to execute in a front-to-back scenario.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I will say though that the Aatrox, you know, and this whole composition, their mid-game spike is pretty crazy, right? Once they get to mid-game with 2 items on, for example, Kai'Sa, Ryze will have DPS to maybe get through
Yeah.
the Scion. The only
That's a good point.
problem with this
So
whole
even though
thing,
much later on, the point that he's making there is like, even though much later on, it's going to be quite easy for KCB, I think, to play a lot of these fights. It's a much harder comp to play for the side of Heretics. You really need to be hitting multiple engages all at the same time. Aatrox from one direction, Kiana from another direction. But with a couple of items, that's a good point for Heretics. But the point, but you fought a bunch of things before then,
Well, let's quickly talk about
and both those fights went really badly.
Dragon's still not taken yet in this game. It was triple grubs for KC Blue.
0 for 2, 1 for 2.
Feats of warfare in the strength department with 3 kills already on the board. Now it's about the
Oh no,
objective.
0 for 1, 1 for 3, and they're just, you can't stop this. You're not going to be able to stop Herald in 3 minutes. You're not going to be able to stop the Dragon 2 minutes after that.
I mean, you've got no push in lanes right here from Heretics. You're a little bit
I don't
behind
know.
in tempo. A lot of the resets came after. So KCB use the numbers advantage they have on the map to take a freebie.
And there's no cross map either. No Ryze ult to top lane to maybe dive the Scion because it's Scion. You know, you just can't, and so you're just
That's the
suffering.
problem, right? You don't dive Braum, you don't dive Scion. Hui's usually really your
You can't dive
own
anyone if you don't have
option.
push.
You dive Hwei,
If you can't push and crash a big wave in, you can't dive anyone. It doesn't matter.
You're saying like the Braum and the Scion. I mean, you're cooked, right? You're cooked. You can't.
Oh.
You can't.
This
breach.
is
Knows on his
this
path,
is
though.
difficult.
Let's quickly talk about bot because Dagler's going to walk over a ward. This Jarvan, his level now matched here as a Profane Hydra picked up, by the way, from Dagler. So there's been a bit of catch up. I do say that, though. Yukino still has almost a full XP bar. He's going to hit 9 on these Krugs. And Dagler's still playing catch up, but at least has damage now as well. And maybe a pick as well. The Unbreakable up. Rin sets it up. The Glacier Fisher misses. Heal also burnt for KC Blue. That's not ideal, as Yukino now thinks about what he can do with the potential dive coming.
I mean, the dive's coming down. Bad condition for Exa. He doesn't have mana, honestly, you know, for a full combo. If he uses other spells, he won't be able to Valkyrie away, so whilst the dive isn't possible, they aren't comfortable either.
I mean, you see Hwei in Fog of War, you really cannot walk underneath this tower and start a dive, especially when slow Q is not showing anywhere on the map. Talking about him, Blackfire Torch completed, Sunfire Aegis completed for Mainter as well. So first items are starting to come through from the
First items on the side of KCB.
spike of them all. Trinity Force for
I mean,
Hwei,
it's
huge first item spike.
it's hard, man. I'm literally scratching my brain to try and think of ways for Heretics to come back in the game. You need like some really big combo. You need Trayson to be in an incredible position on Aatrox and Douglas to hit a massive ult.
I would love for Ryze to go bot lane here, Mercy into the Scion.
But they do have a lot of good ways to deal with the Aatrox. So
Down bot side just to continue the top lane versus top lane matchup anyway.
Gura's going to clear some wards. You talk about lane matchups mattering. I mean, Kai'Sa's going to help Mercy out here, put the support, but they've opened mid, essentially, with these lane swaps.
Yeah.
And, again, Exeter just keeps picking up turret plating. This is his 3rd or 4th plate in the game.
And the problem is now you just got permanent lost mid prior. You got permanently lost mid prior, which means you can just rotate to side lanes with grubs.
I will say, I feel like Rin has kept up really nice.
Okay.
He's got his call to cash out as well. So in terms of like how bad the Corki into Kai'Sa matchup really is, and Broma
Corki with Triforce at the moment as well, really strong.
Laning phase pretty alright. He's gotten his extra kill on the Kai'Sa as well, so he's at least matching the first items as Mainter's doing his best bounce impression, since we can't have him in the finals.
Dead may never die.
Yeah, Rin's definitely
Mainter getting the double proxy, so even though Aatrox gets 1 proxy, he's still going to have an extra bit of time. He's already in base when Aatrox can start resetting now. Frees him up to go push mid lane for Herald. So you've got Herald come up in 25 seconds. That means the next wave, this wave that's coming out, this is the wave that you play the objective on. So this one doesn't matter so much. Okay. To try and get an early engage, he's just going to get comboed. He saves everything. Okay. Aatrox can run over everyone. Ryze on the backside. So this is exactly what they need. They need a super messy fight. They need a super messy fight where people can come from multiple different directions. I mean, Yukino, I don't know how he's there. Oh, but Mainter's just gonna, I mean, that's too much. And now they've won the fight, yeah. But well, it's 3 for 3. They haven't even won the fight. Okay. That also cost them the Herald.
It's RG versus G2 all over again. Tracing shows up and almost wins a fight that was unwinnable for Heretics. They dropped everything to kill you.
But in the end, they're just going to come back out and they're going to take Herald anyway, aren't they?
For that Sundered Sky proc, he stabs someone, heals 600 health. Is that balance?
Riot!
Riot! What a beast,
No.
Trayson. And this is why I'm hyping him. I think Trayson has the potential to be so good, and he single-handedly brought back that team fight.
Okay, I don't know how this starts, but this start is really good for Heretics. Oof, they so almost kill him before the redemption runs in as well. And then Rin has just gone way too far. But now they've used a lot of cooldowns. And Ryze comes from the backside. And now you should just go kill Herald, obviously.
Has been phenomenal with the Q angles.
You know, we talked about jungle matchup today. I'm starting to think again the top laner ain't too far behind it as well. Time for the dive, the world ender onto Trayson, 1 versus 3, and can he hold on? The minion wave's going to be cleared out, but the Herald not far behind. Maintenance getting tanked up and getting hit by
They just force the tower down. Heretics can take a dragon, maybe.
Will he die with Sun Sky? It's hard.
I mean, if they get a second tower here as well. Oh, it's okay. Okay, Rin's trading on the other side. That's good. That's good. The reaction shots were over the. But this is massive. Okay, Kai'Sa gets loads of gold for herself. So top gold is shared between multiple people, and Kai'Sa gets it all for herself, and they get a dragon. So not the worst, actually. Considering you also committed Herald to that play.
So where are we at? Because
Not the worst situation at all, I think, for Heretics. That looked really, really bad, but I have no idea how Kai'Sa gets that tower.
and now these fights are unhinged.
That's something we can definitely look at.
But we're getting 2 items across the board in a significant way, or at least getting very close to right with the Hui, with the Corki now with the Caulfields, setting up for the Mirror Mana coming on. And where do you guys want to start?
I feel like Black Cleaver is a huge spike for this fight that's about to happen, right?
Well said.
You've got the triple AD with the Scion, the Jarvan, plus the Corki.
Okay, 2 items Aatrox, 2 items Jarvan.
That Corki is going to be hitting even harder, and Exa has been left alone a lot with towers. In terms
He's
of
gonna get this
players,
tower.
But also solo gold to feed that Corki the second item.
2 items on Kai'Sa as well.
Game, I think in isolation for any champion is that Kai'Sa 2-item spike. And now, with Atacon spawning, I want to see Heretics beeline to that in 2 minutes' time. Just start it up, use that DPS of Ryze and Kai'Sa because you one-shot it.
I think KC just need to play the early bits of the fight slower than last time, and they need to make sure that they have vision on people and they know where everything's coming. If it's like an organized fight, it should always be favored for KC.
Yeah. So it's the plating as well. It's the inner turret. The value of that in League of Legends is just so high, right? What is it, like 630, 650?
650 isolated, 50
Isolated
per person,
for localized gold. So it's just such a big objective. It was shared by KC Blue. It was not by Heretics with a single Kai'Sa doing a job. Level 11 now as well, as you said, Aragon.
Yeah, I don't know how when they're making that top play they lose 2 towers bot as well, because
And so with these items, we now look towards the
especially as they have the grubs and the Herald.
Far away, Baron far away as well. It's Atacon for now will sit on as these teams are trying to get 2 items across the board now and get their strength for what is going to be an upcoming
I'd
fight.
like to see KC Blue kind of funnel a lot of the gold towards slow queue. I think
They are going to be able to probably force this tower. Lots of poke coming out. They have the grubs so they can hit it. Okay. Jarvan goes way too far. Like, that trade is good.
Heretics now trying to bring it back around. Trayson runs into Piero, but there's a shadow of despair sent out by
Decent whale.
the Aatrox slowed.
Oh, huge. I mean, that's you are going way too far again. Why is he there last time? And why is he jumping on the Jarvan? You forced his ult. You just keep throwing things at him. He's really far away from the tower still. He's always going to be able to just ult and knock you back. Unless you can buffer it or flash it, you can't go in there. Casey's still in a decent spot, but this is exactly what Heretics need to come back into the game.
I mean, Kai'Sa on this Alistar is making headway.
And you have to give it to the 2 playmakers from Heretics, Kai'Sa and
Really nice play from Douglas as well. I don't know why Slowku's walking off there by himself, but
Douglas flashing in after Kai'Sa kills Yukino, the playmaker of KCB. And again, what a fantastic, we talked about redemption for Douglas, right? Not the greatest in the LCA year that he would have hoped for. Being relegated back down to tier 2, and now not necessarily having the best game on Kiana right here because he did get put down early game, but finding these angles, finding these flashes is huge.
But you can see the comfort. We saw it in the Unicorns of Love.
Kiana now level 2 ult as well, and the second item with the ult CD.
Jungler that can really make headway in the early game. It's a jungler as well that for Douglas obviously looks like one of his best right now. I always remember the carries on Vitality. That, for me, is what sold Douglas, is that he could play anything with a high skill ceiling and still pull it off.
And that's really important, right? The point is that it's a
Okay,
high skill
we
ceiling.
have
You all have to be
1 minute for Dragon.
you're all diving the backline.
1 Dragon apiece, so
Proc the passive proc on the backline and then kill one target. If you're not all on the same page with this composition, you're cooked. You're not going to be able to find a target to kill.
Ooh, Rise ult in on Cloaky.
You want to see a target, there it is. Heritage flashed him in with a Rune Prison as well. The ulti sends out Mercy's a new target. The Cataclysm in Yukino flashes away.
Okay, but how did that go so badly?
Trace and Mainton now have arrived. Douglas on a new angle. Supreme display. Only gets the back.
Oh, he... Okay, but Trayson reset. Yukino's dead as well. Kai'Sa's here.
And this guy on Aatrox is unbelievable. Saw, Demon, Saw, Heretic's top laner on the chase.
Okay, I don't think they can get AdScan. They can crash this wave in, and they can maybe try and play for the Dragon in 25.
The chunks are just so crazy. The fight starts with way so low, but it's going to continue. Atacon is on the menu here. Mercy.
The really nice idea with
But there's no jungler. There's no jungler. There's no
Wei really far forward. Wei has TP though. Rise has can base and TP. No, I don't think anyone's getting an objective here. I think they base and they set up for the next one. They maybe just go for the Dragon. They are just going to go for the Dragon. Okay, teleport though from Wei. They're just going to leave it? Yeah. Okay.
Well, not too
They
bad
take
with
it.
an Alistar in the comp, but I think more so stopping that condition from KC Blue. It started out as their game, their 2,000 gold lead. And even though this iron has been glazed here,
Maybe KC just say you've overstayed. Rise on the top side though and has TP, so they have to force this, otherwise they're going to lose so much in terms of gold. But he can clear this one wave, I think, and then they can force back in. Kiana ult is up, but no flash. No flash on slow Q. You have to get on this way, I think. If Douglas can on the side, it's hard to get in. Okay, Trayson's on a good flank as well. Multiple different angles, this could be really, really bad. It's just going to be a smite fight, though. Okay, smite goes to KC. Mainta dies as well. Ooh, okay. Silent passive. Silent passive doing so much work in that choke. Okay, run. Okay, huge. On the back end. I thought Silent passive was going to do too much in the beginning of that fight. Like, sorry, the beginning of this second part in the choke. Need to see that again. Because that was a really strange fight. I didn't actually know which way that was going to go as it was going through. 2 levels up on Rise as well, because they just gave up so much on top side to make this play. All these minions just dying to the towers, like 2 or 3 waves. So Kai'Sa gets a nice ult. It's not particularly good ult from Douglas. Mainta stops him from coming in for the steal. But the way out only hits 1 person. Then here on this side, I thought Mainta's ult was going to do too much, but Kai'Sa's combo on 3 people. 3 people, and allows Rin to just stand there hitting. And picks up a quadra kill.
Rin was someone I was critical coming into the series of, and what a performance in game 1 of the grand final. 6-2 and 6 now.
They've actually turned this game around. I really thought this was going to be
But then another carry for Heretic steps
But
up.
that's what's crazy, that
it's going to be it.
starting a lot of these fights, somehow they lose them, and then
This player I was not a fan of. I think you're starting this a little bit.
I feel like those team fights have also been reflecting on the fans that we just saw. They celebrate and they're like, oh, wait a minute, and then they celebrate and they're like, wait a minute. They've been going back and forth this entire game 1.
And now I'm a little bit worried.
Okay, this is much better. This is a good game. I was worried at the beginning that this was just going to be super one-sided because of the way the early game started.
Output, I think you're falling behind now if you're KCB. They haven't squeezed it early enough because they had so good early win cons. They didn't play through.
But I think, again, we know why it wasn't squeezed early. It was really just, it felt like Trayson, it felt like Douglas set up as well.
It wasn't even just that, but I feel like Yukino has bottled it in key moments, especially in mid lane where he overextended,
He did send it a
diving into
bit.
the backline. Yeah, I don't think Yukino has piloted these fights super well, and has been one of the sole reasons that KC Blue has been losing these team fights.
Well, now Baron spawned. Dragon 2 minutes away. It'll be third for Heretics when we get there, but again, Heretics are the ones leading, and you can see, or at least feel right now, the atmosphere has dropped down in the arena.
Yeah, it started to get a lot more quiet. Suddenly it's like, oh, okay. But still, okay, later on, way corky poking, you really have to get onto people. You really have, like, if KC have control of an area, if KC have control of an area, I think it could become really, really hard.
Yeah, it's super good, right? Especially into the backline dive of, like you're saying, from the Jarvan and so on. And what I'm looking at now, I think for KC Blue, what are their options? I think you have to play towards side lane, maybe? You know, you Jarvan, pop a flash in side lane onto the rise.
And because they didn't just stack up dragons, you don't have that as a threat either. So the fight around mid, where Yukino just got caught out, it was around mid and then Herald. Then the fight around mid where he got knocked into tower. And then I think there's two fights in bot lane that were not so good. But actually, no. Then there was that play where they give Kai'Sa like 2 towers. There's a few things there that I think I would like to look at. We'll look at the Ruffle file when it's done. Because I can't obviously get it now because it's not finished.
They've executed it so well. Sorry,
So we'll see.
Why?
I thought it was time.
I mean, it seems the draft is going better than I thought it would. I was very worried at the beginning, especially if the beginning goes the way it did, that they would have enough to just take out the rest of the game. But I think, wait, Wukong, Ori, Rumble. I'm just going to fill in the rest of the draft because I wanted to think about it. Wukong.
I can hear myself talk now. It's crazy.
I actually have to say, I need to give a big sorry to Heretics in this game. I think the draft was not very easy to execute.
Poppy.
The fact that Kai'Sa got
I mean, they
out
haven't
of
executed it yet.
free is
It gets harder and harder from now, I think, to
Even with
execute the
items
draft.
the entire time, but also the way they've been performing in the
Then
team
the
fight
picks were
is
what
something
order?
else. I feel like primarily the reason why
Corki.
KCB came in this final as the favorites is because they've
Then
been
it
pushing
was
on a soap and
Rise,
right?
Kiana,
And it's
right?
because those students are so good at fighting
And
they're equally beat them
Wei
at that as well.
Jarvan.
So coming into this series, you're like, Heretics are good at skirmish.
And then Kai'Sa.
That's KCB.
But I feel like for Heretics, I mean,
think
when you think about
Braun Ban would have been much better than because I think if Sion and Cassante are up, he's taking Sion.
over and over again. I feel like the bot lane can get caught out in multiple moments, but then Kai'Sa
But
had
Braum,
insane
but Cassante obviously is good into the dive.
We're getting back into
But-
Summoner's Rift. I don't know what the pause was, but you don't need to know. It's a 26 kill game. All you need to know is that Baron's up.
Okay,
Everyone's
so we have it
focusing on
ready
top
to look
side,
at if
KC
we
Blue
need
are
to.
clearing out vision. Right now they have Pro.
More than a kill per minute right now. Minute and a half, less than a minute and a half for the next Dragon. It's going to be soul point for Heretics, but also Baron. Both teams can take Baron super quick, so they need to keep vision alive around that area.
I will say Rin doesn't have flash. Now, despite him being 4 items, if he gets one shot, that is a problem, right? In terms of CC with a flash, ulti, decimating smash, you know, from main to, I think that's really, really big.
Okay.
No.
There is the
Basically,
Yukino ultimate.
Spotted out.
I think a pick onto Rin is a win con.
But also, there's so much face-checking ability in these brushes as well. I'm just
Yeah.
going to talk about the only one that really there is the Kai'Sa. So Rin as well. As Realm Warp going to be used over the
Realm
wall,
Warp
though.
for the
Claw comes
vision.
out. I think Realm Warp for Mercy was trying to bait it in. At least he
I
gets
think they
out.
were checking Baron, right? Because it was onto Baron. But regardless, I think the big thing is I'm really worried about this.
I mean, Wei needs to be getting a lot more poke down here. Like, don't wait in the bush and try and...
You make a pick onto everyone, but
Okay, maybe it works. I was going to say, don't wait in the bush and try and get a fear on someone. Just stand in the lane and throw shit at them. Like QWs. They're losing a bunch of waves bot as well. Heretics. This is 40 CS down in mid.
KCB can absolutely run down that
20
Baron,
CS
but
down
they're
in top,
losing the straight
but 10 up in...
Poked out here.
Yeah.
By a Rise.
Trayson comes in over the wall. He finds Mainta. And with
Yeah, so this is what you want. You want
Heretics at full HP. Slowcube backing over the wall. The
to be
engage
going
there
for the
into
poke,
fire.
not to be going for, like,
Flushes
picks.
away. That's down. Trayson also burned his ulti. So that's one good thing for
So
KC.
Aatrox ulti down is actually really big for the fight because he's a big reason why they win. Alistar ult down as well.
Two big ultis of Heretics are down at the
And Redemption is up, so I don't think they should be basing. Use the Redemption, force on the mid wave. Oh, they've lost the whole bot tower. How is in this situation KCB are losing bot tower and dragon?
Yeah,
Didn't they just have a massive resource advantage there?
And that wave state was continuing to develop.
They had Redemption still. They had every ult.
In terms of pushing their lead, tried to flash
Aatrox had no ult. Kaiser had no ult. Kaiser had no ult. Alistar.
cost Mercy's flash, right? Which is a win con for KC Blue trying to find the immobile carry with a Jarvan ulti. They did try and over
That was really wild to me. And again, like, I don't know why you're making that. I don't know why you're fighting so aggressively on mid wave and just giving up bot.
KC Blue should potentially start because they're not going to outscale.
This is not how KC have played this whole tournament, I think. So far. They need to chill out. Pierre is way too far forward. They do get a lot of poke back down, and they get flash from Douglas. I mean, so many redemptions in this game now, right? I know it's only one normally per team, but like 2 every game.
So now KC Blue can maybe look for a fight.
And this is the scary part, right? You have to stick around because you don't know if they're starting the Baron right here. Yukino is going to start the Baron as we speak.
And this, I think,
Now
is just a
gonna
bit of the
EQ
comp thing.
out as KCB have their sights on the
You
mid
need to
lane
not
here.
go too far forward because you need to not. No. Now I say they're going to die. It can't be that unorganized. You can't be like rushing down mid lane when you don't have protection on sides. You have to just play more boring, I think, as KCB. It's too fast. Kaiser's got low mana and not that much HP. Pierro's gets knocked back in though. He's going to die. Alistar ult is down. Can they stop this? Probably not. I can't see the Baron HP. Oh no. Oh, Mesa doesn't die. They don't keep going. Huge ult from Jarvan. I think he's just going to die, but they will stop the Baron. Kaiser comes in. I keep saying that. Kaiser. Oof. I mean, Kaiser is absolutely carried that. That was a huge Jarvan ult, but I'm not sure it's even all that needed.
What was crucial there for KC Blue in terms of saving the game for them was that it was the variant of Baron that does so much true damage to the people starting it. Heretics took 20% of their maximum health in terms of true damage instantly because it was a hunting Baron. And so the fight was playable by KC Blue. It wasn't a great situation, but it saves it.
Tower goes, no local gold, although it's not that big a deal for the mid lane one, obviously.
That's the core responsibility that they walked in there to take. Manger again, hard to kill, takes a lot of effort, but Yukino just sent it, got fed up of laying back, and now Baron still sits there. Dragon in 2 more minutes, but Baron still has to be the biggest question here. With a lot of those ults we saw coming back up, namely Douglas's, Yukino's as well.
I think the big thing is that all the flashes were burnt, and now playing the raw front to back for KC Blue is really, really hard, where you have your front line in the front and the back line in the back. What happened there was the flank really forced.
Okay, every flash
Horrible situation.
is down. Most of them will still be down.
Side note for our English audience, if you can hear me, in France, the blackout bar for a summoner is actually the wrong way around. So you'll notice rinse black here, 3/4 of the way off cooldown. It has not just come on cooldown.
That's so confusing.
So it is very confusing. I noticed this last time. I'll show you in a second.
I still don't get it.
I'll show you in a second. All that matters right now is Mercy pushing the side lane. Baron's still a question mark, but bot lane control is shifting gears because Dragon, that soul for Heretics.
What do you mean it's the other way around? Like, Rise's flash is just coming back up. Rin's flash is still halfway to be coming back. Okay. They're just starting this. Are they just... I mean, I don't see his HP, but do they just not know this is happening?
They don't have that much damage. Corki doesn't offer that much DPS, so I'd imagine around 12k right now, 10k.
Maybe in the poke, they spotted out Heretics, I don't know.
Oh, on the side.
Mystery Baron. Okay, there it is, down the bottom left hand of your screen. I was wrong about the flashes.
It's gone.
So Douglas doesn't have it up to get over the wall.
What? Why did they let them get in there? But okay, it's really hard to tell. Okay, they just take 1 kill for the Baron. Oh, okay, 1 for 1. Shutdown on Kaiser. He got 1k shutdown on Kaiser there.
Guilty not sent out the fear instead. And KC Blue get that Baron from under Heretics' nose.
And the most important part, they also stop Soul from going over to the side of Heretics. They're gonna push that mid lane wave and head straight towards the bot side river. Douglas would have to flash through if he wants to
Okay.
tackle a 50-50 smite.
I think it's going to be KC Blue's Dragon. But did my Scion full tank just one-shot assassinate Rin? No?
I feel like, yes.
Now, Rim was already a bit low, surely. Surely.
Corki was there and Quay was there.
Okay. Because I was about to riot again.
Now, Dragon
Oh,
goes
they're going
down.
for
Oh, they're TPing behind.
Ulti out though, no?
They stop the smite, but now KC Blue changed the fight to top lane onto Mercy. The level 18 Rise, Severing Bolt, tags him out. Piero's there, flushes into the waiting arms of the Korean.
Is he going to get out?
3XA here as well, but the Rise goes gold.
Douglas gets the ult on 2, but gets exhausted.
Trying to kill 3XA. Kaiser gets the stun up.
Nice, they kill the Corki.
Douglas now in the pit with 2
Rises down. But this, again, this kind of really scrappy thing is, this is good for Heretics, because stuff like that, because Loku just gets one shot by Kaiser on the backside. And now they're going to be able to just slowly go through Rise. If Jarvan comes in, he dies anyway, so they'll just slowly go through Sion, sorry, not through Rise. This is exactly the kind of fights that Heretics won, and KCB keep giving it to them over and over again.
There to enable the phase rush onto the Braum, run towards his team, knew he has the hourglass to buy them time, and then the Avengers from Heretics assembled to take down KC once again.
And that's the big thing, right? It's the counterplay from Heretics to stop the side lane collapse from KC Blue and to play it so that you end up killing 3 of the KC Blue players. Now you have no Baron timer to be able to siege and maybe get those tier 2s.
They are just getting hit away.
Oh,
though. Supreme is playing
tries to get him into the tower, I think, but misses,
His
unfortunately.
turret finally falls at 34 minutes into the game, but there are no
Mid tower falls. Soul in 3 minutes.
2.5K still the
Lost the
lead.
last one, of
Heretics
course.
still have the majority of this game, but as you said,
Rise is 18, so that means Wei is catching back up.
I was also wrong about the flashes now that you can hear me.
Rise is
Last time I cast
strong, though,
was in reverse, so like the blackout
and takes a long time to go down.
fully, and then flash would be off cooldown. I'm a bit of a spitter today.
But now it's just anti-clockwise, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, it's still weird. Because it's normally not anti-clockwise, but it's fine.
Anyway, just when Flash is there, ladies and gentlemen, just look at it. Ignore my my problems for today. I was wrong. We can take a deep breath. I mean, it's a 38 kill game in 35 minutes. It has been chaotic to say the least, but we are to 3-4 item territory. We are full
Look at
item.
that
Oof.
play, man.
They almost just blast plant over and found someone in the bush.
How do you punish him? Your Jarvan ult's going to be worthless because he's just going to res.
However, you have 2.5 minutes of pure stall from both teams. I feel like for KCB, it's so important to regain some vision inside their own jungle so they can push out their waves a little bit more safely. And for Heretics, they want to choke that vision out themselves, right? They don't necessarily have the easiest of phase check right here, Heretics, but they do have pretty good wave clear, especially with the Rise going towards that bottom of the map. You'll see Mercy
A lot of posturing, but it's still 2 minutes on the Dragon. So, like, these teams are just constantly giving up side lanes, but I'm not sure what for. Okay, instant Rise Jarvan reset. Aatrox dies, though. So, look, this is a more organized fight, and even though Jarvan gets completely destroyed, our big combo from Kaiser, that changes everything. So as soon as there's that moment where suddenly it's not just like front to back, then Rin can just absolutely shred them. It's Corki first pick is maybe this is why we don't see it that much. They're going to get through the right. I keep just saying the wrong champion names. I'm tired, man.
This is why Sion has a 90% win rate at Worlds. I mean
He's going to die.
He is going to die eventually.
He wasted a lot of time, by the way. And
Oh my god, he's actually going to get away. No, he's going to die. He's not going to die. Mainta does a bounce.
I am sorry.
However, Rin wears the skin and plays like the player who created it. No fear. Kaiser and
Okay.
Rin have found
45 seconds on Baron. So, sorry, Soul. So now is the time where you can just say fuck top lane.
I have never seen that angle. That was phenomenal driving.
Okay, but
I mean, yeah, it was a
because Sion was not there, I mean, this is so scrappy. Obviously, we are watching at the same time the best teams in the world play in world semis and stuff, and so it's not exactly flattering. but this game is very scrappy.
Kaiser has been incredible this whole game.
Okay.
I mean, I sound like a broken record right
These
now.
waves
Finding pick after pick
are the ones that work.
He's been turning around fights for Heretics.
Kaiser's absolutely carrying on Alistar, yeah.
Sole
She's
control of that
completely
long-term
right.
5 versus 4 in favor of Heretics, and this is
It's going to be Soul.
Soul for the Spanish team.
Chemtech Soul Aatrox.
I find this Soul always so annoying to like
That's rough.
work out how strong it is, because I think it's really strong in certain situations, but it doesn't have that same like, it doesn't feel as strong because of just the play pattern to it. It's not like Hextech Soul where you can see the lightning and feel it, or Infernal or something like that. Or Cloud, when you feel yourself going faster, you just are like, oh, I lived. Oh, I didn't realize I would live. And I lived. Still though, if the fight is organized, like front to back, and if Slowq can throw some poke and we can somehow not get caught out every single time by Alistar, can be good for KCB. They are starting to get a bit desperate though. Nice combo onto Rin. Rise is going to pump some damage though. Nice ult from Douglas. Okay. Rise can TP in. 2 dead. But Rise is still alive. I mean, maybe they can play this. I wouldn't just leave him. With the range.
They got some damage down. Maintenance going to try and run around. Slowq there to help out. But Heretics...
I mean, Sion is so strong. I mean, Aatrox is strong as well, but Sion is just like...
KC Blue and then end the game, but because Mains is so damn tanky, he can always get the wave before he dies.
We'll say Slowq right there on the way showed why this champion is so damn scary. I've seen teams 10,000 gold down in this EMEA Masters when their Hui hits 4 items onwards. It becomes really difficult to walk through choke points. So what has KC Blue done?
Yeah, I just think they need to be playing with the way more. A little bit slower. Like, you got a big combo into Rin and then just don't... Like, now you can go Baron rather than... Like, let them come to you, I think, still. But now we're just starting Baron and then stopping it. Don't worry about any of the waves still.
It ain't over yet. It's weird how scaling is a conversation, then not.
Tracing? He's getting caught a little bit.
Okay. Aatrox uses ult. Cork is just absolutely shredding him. I mean, this is going to be Baron. Heretics are going to just go for it. But that's Baron. You're going for this mega flank.
I mean, if you're not hitting, you're not healing. Tracing just gets picked. I'm not sure what was going on there. Maybe he was trying to prep a flank on this Nash start, but he's on...
Definitely prepping a flank, but I don't think the waves are in the right position for that.
Without TP, Tracing's not going to arrive at this Nash for ages. KC Blue should be able to start this up.
And it's also very scary to face check straight into a Sion or a Braum, especially through choke points, right? So Heretics at here do not have a lot of options.
No. Hello, hello. No. Why did I refresh? No. Literally, are they doing Baron? Hello? Oh, okay. Okay. Is there another broadcast? Like, can I just look up the OTP one? But then I'll definitely have to... But then I would definitely have to do this. I mean... The stream broke and then... Are they both broken?
Ça tient vraiment du gigantesque miracle.
C'était vraiment dans un état de game absolument immonde à un moment donné. On va récupérer ce red buff qui
Brilliant.
évidemment profiter de toute l'équipe. Push tranquillement cette
Now we have all the
wave
spam
autant,
ads
pendant qu'au bot, ça
constantly.
push naturellement. La wave KCB à l'avance.
Okay.
On a mis le Sion au mid.
Ouais, attention, il y a du monde autour de lui, mais c'est tension.
Mainter, il a un ulti.
Il a plus de 6000 points,
Je
il me
sais
semble.
pas si on
So what happened to the Baron?
On est en train de perdre beaucoup de temps. Voilà, on
Okay,
pense
okay.
qu'on est
KCB got Baron
rejoindre le top side.
in that little
Ça permet d'ouvrir la tête.
moment.
Je sais pas pourquoi
Can this
ils ont
please
tenté
go
ça,
away?
Ça va avoir des conséquences sur le top side. On va progresser pour la
Thank you.
KCB. On a un face check, Yukino qui trouve un ultimate
Oh là.
sur le rail.
Okay.
Le rail est extrêmement tanky. Il a en plus de cela un zonia, téléportation de la part de Mainter. Il faut reculer.
Nice damage from Wei. Just keep playing like that. Keep it organized. Wait, eventually Wei will hit people. Eventually, like Wei's just got Alistar ult. Nope, now you're going too far. Okay, good.
Blasting Cone qui offre un très gros flank. Excellent travail de la part du jungle américain.
I still think this game shouldn't have been this close.
Vers l'inhibiteur.
Okay, that's in here down. Reset, play bot. Mid bot. Make sure you all reset properly. Nice. You leave top, you play on mid bot wave. This TP does nothing. Oh, you just like, oh, it's prom. Just cycling summoners. So you like, you being out ahead of the tempo of your team is actually worse. You just walk forward and then press S. Yeah, so now he's just pressing S. But it doesn't matter because it's
Parce qu'ils n'ont pas la pris au mid, là ils laissent le push au mid.
It's,
Ils sont obligés de se repositionner devant. Vous n'avez pas le droit. Vous n'avez pas le droit, Heretics, d'aller jouer ce dragon
La
ancestral.
pression probablement 15 secondes et en effet on peut le laisser passer sensiblement ce dragon
Okay.
ancestral. Attention Exa, ne pas le laisser qu'il seul. Yukino qui trouve encore
good. Just keep it organized. Rin has to flash away.
pour son équipe, mais Rin,
But now Aatrox on the backside.
Ouais, c'est bon, c'est bien. On a réussi à trouver un bon chunk.
Just stay together. Don't split up.
On a 4 ultis down pour la Carmine
Oof,
Corbeau,
that
mais ça permet
EQ.
quand même d'avancer. Ça permet de prendre le push et après ça permet de partir au...
I think a good start, but still going too far forward. It's still going to probably make the Elder fight too difficult. Rin with no ult and no flash.
on voit des pings rouges, hein.
Piero can just play on a choke.
Double wave de super creep. Comment est-ce qu'on répond?
Ah,
C'est Mercy Knight qui va aller s'y coller.
Y a pas
Un Ryze qui a
Kaiser.
énormément
they're TPing in.
de-
Rise has TP in as well.
de wave et il va
Guys, Rise has TP in as well. Now he's TPing. So they've got Elder, and now you're here fighting Elder. One. Yeah, that's it. Dude. Okay, after all that, I mean, they get Baron when we can't see. Then they turn that into an inhibitor, turn that into Elder, all those kind of things.
Uriné dans le cerveau. Ça passe sur cette fin de game à la Macron en prenant l'inhibiteur au top.
Okay, they are just going to be able to walk it down. I think this game should not have been this close. But good sign for the series that both teams have made really good plays, but also have been quite sloppy in points, which means that it's probably not just going to be like a 3-0 or something like that. Okay. Right, so I'm going to take a short break. I will let this play. I'll just check if there's English stream because I'm assuming you guys prefer that. Yeah, okay. We'll do the
chance going through.
English stream and then we'll I'll then look at some of the points from the game, which I think we can do. Oh, it's already there. Okay, right, be right back.
It was a pick on Trayson. It was a setup for Yukino, who was in the mid game making a lot of mistakes. Just continued playing the same way. Those mistakes turning to almost game-winning plays as well. He baited out so much when he got the GA. But hot damn, if it wasn't a battle of inches.
People expected a 3-0, a quick 3-0.
It was not quick.
And I'm so happy to see that Heretics have come through with incredible team fight in the fights that they actually ended up turning around by different individuals every single time turning up.
I think Mainter was the best player. I actually just think Mainter, how fed he was on this Scion and the drifting to buy time over and over again, clearing waves when Heretics could have ended multiple times. I think Mainter was huge in their ability to stall and then find a good team fight eventually.
Guess who's back? Guess who we have right here with us?
Back again.
There he is.
Let him introduce himself.
I gotta say, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he really locks you out. Like, okay.
I think he's
Welcome
just
back.
deaf.
He's deaf. He's getting goals. Well, this is only game one somehow. 50 minutes. You ready?
That was incredible.
Yeah,
It had
this
more
is
than a kill per
peak
minute.
cinema.
Was that actually 50 minutes? It was so
LR, we have Los Ratones over here.
Hello.
It's good to know. It's good to see them. Let me just slow you a little bit. Okay. Out of a sudden, 50 minutes. How do we even start this? Because beginning of the game, you were talking about how good the early game was for KCB, and that we needed to get into that mid game. And as soon as it arrived, good lord.
I feel like draft-wise, KCB were super happy in the early game. 3 pushing lanes. You can actually have to do nothing in the early game but farm, get to that level 6.
Look at this headshot. Bah! Yeah, that was a great start for Mainzer. No, but you're completely right. Trouble, like 3 pushing lanes, a stronger early game jungler. The amount of plays that you can make, the possibilities you have. Now the problem is, I think Yukino was getting a bit antsy. Now he talks the big talk, but I think in those clutch moments, I think Yukino overextended. There were so many great plays from the side of Heretics as well to capitalize on that, and the team fight just wasn't there for the majority of the game for KCB.
Right.
Man, I have to give it to Kaisa.
Let me
like,
Look at that.
he
put this
said,
on
like, back when they were making
lowest.
MVP,
So I think I can already
a leadership figure for them, turn around
get this.
fights, allowed Rin the space to play through as well. I feel like this was one of those fights. If you look at the Kaisa over towards the top side of the map, you'll see right here that he gets a 3-man engage, which allows Rin for that quadra kill. And this has been fight after fight for Kaisa.
Okay.
No, I think it's all of them, right? And I think, you know what, I'm going to call it how it is. They're all a bunch of
So
farmers. All they do is split farm, tick farm. I mean, the amount of clips that Mainzer was farming here, this is like,
what was the thing? So this first fight, this one, I just think there's no reason to play this. Like this is just completely unnecessary. Don't think you really gain much from any of this either.
I feel like Heretics were really good in the team fight, but I think they were
Then this one, what was it? So from here, like these ones I don't want to look at too much. This is where I thought like the whole game is going to be just done, because 3 of them die on the back end. Then they get Dragon, and then at this stage I was thinking they can just take whatever. Okay, this is the first, I think, mistake. The fight ends up kind of even, but it shouldn't be. When you're 2k up at this stage, people have started to get some first items, but... So what happens here? He just... uses his Q as well. You don't have push in mid, and it's 1v3, and you use your Q as well, so he just gets engaged on. And this is so nearly an absolute tragedy, by the way. If Jarvan dies here, 200 HP, if he actually died first, then it's even worse. But it just means that the fight gets really messy. And so now you have Aatrox coming from here, Ryze coming from here, and all of your cooldowns have been used. So the back end just becomes too difficult. And then that would be just 2 for 3 and Herald. But instead they do this. But then this was the part that's really so weird. So how does this go so badly? This is just a map movement that I think just goes really, really terribly. So Sion is stopping people. This bot wave, I think, is the one that's just going to be completely ignored. Oh, okay. So it's because they do a play into another play. I think that's how it gets so poor. How it goes so poorly. So while they're taking Herald, because this was happening in a replay, so we didn't see this. So they're taking Herald and trying to push top, and all this time they're ignoring bot lane. Then they run top. But Aatrox takes the whole wave. And Kaisa is just pushing this whole time. This is a nightmare. Like, this I think is... When you're ahead, trading like this is always bad. because you lose a bunch of waves bot lane, you lose 2 towers for 2 towers, you lose Dragon for Herald, but the Herald was used to equal out the towers. So, and also Kai'Sa gets that solo, and now suddenly is in an insanely good spot, and the next fight becomes so much harder. So, initially, your tempo was really good because Ryze and Aatrox get slowed down, or maybe just Aatrox, get slowed down by Sion. So Sion is ahead of tempo. Everyone else, actually, you're going to be one person's going to be dead, but then on these waves, you can play for Herald, and we trade Herald for like the waves. But this at this point, I think already this is overplaying, and then it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Other thing you can do, which I think would have been better, one of them wanted to base after this, I think. Yeah, so Mainta's channeling base, he should just base. Whatever they're doing here, just do it, because like we have to base and Sion ults it down here. But instead you Sion ult up, and we just keep extending the play, and Kai'Sa gets so much gold. Kai'Sa gets so much gold, they also get a dragon, which I think was completely unnecessary. When you're in the completely dominant point, yeah, you should just start stacking the dragons. But instead it was Herald into the next play. And then here again they do the same thing. They're pushing. Oh, was it here or was it later? They just completely ignore top. So Ryze pushes all this, starting to get really mega strong. Yeah, it wasn't there. What was it around this dragon? Oh yeah, this one was really weird. This fight. Okay, so what is causing them, the Heretics, to pull the trigger here? On this wave, Sion is top, so they're outnumbering on this side of the map. Wei is going quite far forward, but Corki has mid push, so Kai'Sa's coming. She's going to be able to ult in. That takes a long time to get there. So just not particularly well coordinated. That was that one. Oh, but then this is just wild. This was just, I'm not sure why we're doing this Atakan. And I think even though they get the Atakan, then they all get aced, and from there, the game should be just like so hard. I'll check what's going on with the stream to make sure I haven't gone too far. No, okay, perfect. Right, so after that bot fight, they lose the dragon. And the idea here, I guess, is just enemy committed time to take the dragon, therefore we can take the Herald. Douglas gets mid-wave. But they don't have any waves pushed for this. Mid's not pushed, bot's not pushed. Top is going to again clear a wave and crash. We're giving up all these 2 waves as well again. To force a fight on, I think, timing that's actually better for Heretics. Like 2 items on everyone, I think Heretics is stronger, isn't it? Or especially as Ryze is just about to proc his thing and get level 16 and stuff as well. Now Ryze TPs, they lose that whole wave again, or 2 waves to the tower. I mean, Kai'Sa walks up a lot there. I don't know how Kai'Sa... Like, if you're going to fight this, if you pull it here and you hold this position and you really aggressively hold these choke points with the Wei, then maybe that's a way to do it. But there's also so many walls around. So Aatrox gets chunked. Wei is throwing shit. I don't know why Wei is not walking up here to... Is this Kai'Sa not a good target for some Qs? Kai'Sa walks melee ranges. Is Kai'Sa still not a good target for this? Can they not see this? Guys? Like if you're KCB? This is what they need to be doing. They need to be like just holding this position. But now Kai'Sa sees this. Kai'Sa keeps walking forward, and Wei has both abilities and ult. Why is there not a fear flying out of this Kai'Sa? Still, why is there not Fear flying out of this Kai'Sa? If she gets hit by Fear, she just gets one shot here, doesn't she? Fear, Q, Sound Q. Can't do anything. Okay. So just, I think, a little bit messy. But then by the time the fight actually starts, again, Aatrox here, Kai'Sa here, Ryze here. Every time Heretics win a fight, you can start the fight writing those lines. You have to have like multiple people coming from multiple different directions. Alistar gets a nice combo. Kiana isn't the best. It's fine. And he gets hit by everything from both the solo lanes. Then here, I actually thought this was going to go really well because there's a couple of people tagged with Braum, I think. And Sion passive is so annoying in these kind of situations. But Kai'Sa just with the lethal tempo stack and a really nice combo from Alistar. Yeah, so here we're just throwing shit at mid. And like this wave in bot, both teams just ignore this. But we have 2 TPs. And we have 2 TPs. So I don't quite understand why. Combo to get Sion to half HP. The Aatrox flashes down. Sorry, flashes down, alters down. And now Alistar alters down. But this is the part that I thought was super weird from KC. That, like, you are now up in resources here, aren't you? You've got Redemption as well. Sion can base and TP if you need to. But why are we losing Dragon at this stage? Because we still need to deal with this because we just never dealt with it. So I think before you make any of these other plays, you need to like... Okay, now we need to start knowing that we're going to... Now we need to think about bot lane. So here, when Mainta resets, I think he has to open bot and clear one wave before they pressure here. Because like, why? What are we gaining from putting this massive pressure here? So I think you can just take this a bit slower, deal with this wave first, then come on these waves. You would still be here. And then you wouldn't be in this crazy situation where you just gradually lose all the bot push. How do I see 21, 16? I mean, so the petals are still close, despite the fact that they took the Atacam. Because these minions pushing this whole way would actually be... If Sion was there to collect this now, which I also think is fine. Like, are they really going to threaten a Baron if you send someone to collect bot lane? If after this wave goes, you just say, okay, fine. Now we go bot. Clear this wave, go bot. But instead they lose the whole tower for it as well. Okay, so we'll see what changes. We'll see same sides. Yunara given over for Jinx. Tristana ban. Okay. So Jinx with a bunch of dive. Azir still open as well.
So taking the Azir away, this is a very clear message.
Talia though.
We're looking to play front to back. We're looking to play scaling.
Talia up and you take what? Talia Wukong? No, Wukong's banned, sorry. Take what? Talia Pantheon? His Pantheon's just too weak now, I think.
Important, but also is having a front line, right? Playing that front to back with the Jinx Azir, you need champions like Sion, Cassante, Skarner, Ornn. Anything that can play front line is really, really important to be able to bridge across.
Okay, Vi.
Ooh, dive. Okay. So that's what we're getting. Nico could be great to play.
Is it Talia? Vi Talia?
Talia's also up.
Yeah, there you go.
Free here. A good matchup into the Azir and a great pairing with jungle from Yukino.
Fantastic. I mean, you only really want to leave Azir open when Talia's open, right? So that you can play the Talia matchup into it. Now, how do you punish the Vi? Poppy's open. That could be a tank for the front to back, and it's good into Vi in terms of a matchup.
It's good into Vi, but not particularly good into Yunara, I think. And
Even for something
Okay.
like Nocturne right here, okay, they're gonna go with the Poppy.
Nocturne I
Which
would
can
have
also be
preferred,
a
I
flex
think.
depending if they don't want to necessarily put it into the jungle, can have it over on support as well. But I do really like the Nocturne into picks like Vi, because when Vi engages, you pop down the...
So if I was KC, I'd
button,
probably
and
still
there
ban
is
stuff
no
like the
engage on
Nocturne.
top of the Vi to help them, right? Rek'Sai being banned out means that they are looking
We'll
for a
see
tank
what they
over on the top
ban.
of the map.
Yeah, I think Rek'Sai is really, really broken. We're seeing it at Worlds. I think a pick that I'm looking at right now for Heretics that could be incredible to stop the dive, because that's exactly what KC Blue are doing, right? Diving is the Bard, right? You just Bard ulti the carry that's being Vi ulted, and you peel them that way. So I think if you want to draft anti-dive,
Are
I
these
think Bard
Kaiser
would be
Piero
fantastic, but again,
massive
you can also
Bard players?
go
I think Bard is so
Grabs.
dependent on
I
the
think these are very,
the kind of
very
people that
valid
you
points.
have, you know? It goes from the most broken thing in the game to not that good quite easily.
We can still get a Poppy support with Jinx.
Yeah.
Not bad damage for the lane, but I think more importantly, they're saying, okay.
So
well,
I
we
think
know
you
some
set
of
up
the
for a top on
ones
4 here
taking
if I'm
so
Heretics. I don't think
Rel
you're taking
part of the
support on
engage,
4.
we said this
But they
all
took support on
year,
4 last time,
real
so maybe they
strong
will.
direct engage. That's off the board.
Braum is down, so you can just go for like Nautilus or something like that if you
The
want.
only problem is then you're playing into Poppy, which disincentivizes a little bit. But when I see Rek'Sai,
Gwen ban.
like you said, Trouble, they're looking for a tank, and I think the premise is
KCB
that-
banned Gwen last time, right?
Do you
Ornn,
hear the
you think
horn
Ornn would-
sound?
I'm thinking Cassandra.
Yeah.
I feel like
honestly.
they need a very good engage kind of champion, and Ornn is one of the best
Engage is good.
non-committal engagers that you can have.
Ornn can
And you
work.
also then
I
throw that Poppy down bot lane if you need to, if you want to play with a different jungler. I do like Douglas on Poppy a lot. It's
I
one of
like
his
having
best
more
junglers.
engage and
Yeah, I think
fighting
there's a
with
big
the
dynamic
Jinx,
here
but
as
I
well,
guess
where
Ornn
you're
gives you that
fishing
massive
for
engage, of
Ambessa and
course.
then oh, never mind. There was the Ambessa whole Renekton thing.
So,
Man,
KC Blue
he
fishing.
says I'm best up, he's like I'm best Renekton, I'm best Renekton.
I know he loves it, but I mean, one of them still up and available, right? Cassandra picked up.
Okay,
on it.
Cassante,
Maybe to negate the fact that KC Blue might have been fishing for that Renekton.
I'm kind of missing
Maybe not.
engage
Not-
on the side of Heretics. They have
not
a
massive
fantastic
fan of
center
that.
back.
Cassante
I'm
and
looking
Poppy.
for that engage. I'm looking for the bridge if you're gonna break through the Poppy.
I mean, what you could do now is flex Poppy to bot lane if you have a good enough matchup, and then draft engage in jungle, or the other way around and draft an engage support, right? Something like the Nautilus if you really, really want to.
Yeah, you just take the Nautilus, Braum is down, Rel is down.
Into this now, you have options like the Leona.
I mean, you can take stuff like Leona, but
send the Poppy to support, which is equally good, into the Nautilus. And then look for engage in the jungle role. Something like a Sejuani, you know, could offer engage if they want to play that way. Or the classic EU classic Maokai. It's up to them.
It would be an offer, wouldn't it?
Honestly,
I think
I'm
taking
down
Poppy in
to
support
support
is not
and Nocturne
that
in the jungle right here. I
great.
guess you can maybe play through the paranoia on that level 6, because Vi's going to be looking for the level 6 plays as well, and you can sort of dissuade a lot of these situations. But I'm pretty, it's pretty confirmed in my head that Douglas is going to be piloting that Poppy, and maybe we see something like a Rakan coming through.
Renata, they are so... Okay, I was going to
Have
say...
you now drafted
Okay, Leona is better. I was going to say, Renata is like, they are so convinced that the only way KCB win is to just all dive on them,
Like, what are we sitting
which
at
I
here for
wasn't.
And ultra scaling,
so
right?
convinced
you don't
of.
necessarily really have a bridge
Same as
for that Poppy to play through.
Same as game 1, right? And they even got to scaling and couldn't win out the fights.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really Douglas who has to bridge the early game and then provide, you know, playing through bot lane probably with the setup that they have in terms of the 2v2, bridging through to the mid game and then getting to the late game. Because that looks like what Heretics' game plan is to survive and then scale up for the
I'm
team
looking
fight.
at KCB, I'm looking at level 6, and I'm like the second all of their champions.
Again, I much
It's
prefer the
just
KCB draft.
So damn scary to walk up for objectives like the early dragons, the early
I
void
think,
Blades.
yeah, you have some frontline for Jinx, but you don't have any
Objectives, though.
real way to like dive in and get that first reset. So whenever KCB want the fight to start, they can make it start. Whenever you want the fight to start, you can't.
Really well-placed fights that skyrocketed them earlier than we thought, and they had the lead. Now, of course, KC Blue's clutch factor that came in, I think also more so what Slow Q could do from range. Again, he's on a good chance. Like, I've seen many of Slow Q's games. I've seen his Talia. I feel like it's one of my favorites, having watched this guy. And with a mid-jungle pairing like that, KC Blue already being in the lead, you have to think, is it still going to go their way? Is it
Yeah,
still
I
gonna
think
be
the Vitalia is scary.
today? A 3-0.
I think the Yunara is mega scary as well.
But it was so back and forth. Cute photos in Summoner's Riv. We got 80 carries as Rin versus X.
Why are they literally putting sex jokes on the stream? Love that.
Big W on observers. I've never seen that in
Okay.
Summoner's Riv before, but that's cute.
I can tell you one thing that's gonna happen for sure. Not
My
sure
God.
if it's gonna be a 3-0 or whatever. I'm gonna tell you right now, KCB are gonna be fighting this game. All of their champions are so scrappy.
Yep.
They like skirmishes, they like fighting, they like those level 6.
Right.
So I'm looking for KCB to pretty much play slow and steady, until they get their ult, and then they're unleashed.
Oh, definitely. Right. I will say that Heretics, they have some good answers. I don't know if that's being picked up, but that
So
is
many
bad.
bottles of water.
I looked back at the VOD because I
Have
wanted
two.
to make sure. I was like, man,
One is empty.
shout out to our audio engineers. Like, man, they're doing an insane job.
Are we going
with the
death
balance.
I have
There's a nice balance.
this one, which is like nicer and keeps stuff cold. And then this one came from the fridge. So I poured it into the other one because it was empty.
That's putting it lightly.
Water's good for you. Have water.
I think
I like France.
Okay.
It's great. Good,
I don't know who actually gets pushed in this lane because
good people.
Yunara gets pushed into a lot of champs, but you do have to stack up your Q before you get the AoE, whereas Jinx can just rocket them.
Good lanes. Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, you know, we already mildly talked about it as well. And Trouble, you're just talking about how KC Blue, we're going to expect a lot of fighting here in this game. I'm really excited to see what Yukino can do here. Early levels on the Vi. Maybe towards mid as well with how volatile it can be.
bot side push for Heretics here is going to be good because you have Aftershock advantage as well as general AoE from Rockets. Heal trade.
Heal traded.
Just the dredge line coming through. Rin's gonna get
Good
more
trade
attacks
onto
a little
Rin.
bit, but that's what Nautilus does.
Soon as your Q is stacked up on Yunara, good time to look for stuff.
Man, I do love me some info.
Oh, the players. Why did they have so many? Oh, sorry. Again, water's good for you. Same answer.
Down the bot lane, but on the bounce of the wave, they can play a little bit more up on this lane. As we can see, 2 lane priorities for KCB right here. The now, of course, bullying Cassante.
Okay, 2 waves
and of
crashing
course,
in.
Loki into the Azir with a Talia matchup winning early.
It's gonna balance
But
out. Looking
Douglas
towards
with the stronger early jungle.
cleanse and engage in bot. Looking at mid there. Okay, now
What?
we get the play on
Look at
play.
Douglas mid though.
Oh, hold up for a second.
What is going on?
As you said, though, Douglas with a quick gank onto
Okay,
the
it's gonna be
wall.
flash at least.
Wall doesn't present itself. The flash away. Yukino now here to help out. Douglas in so much trouble. Has
Oh,
the
okay.
flash.
Don't think he needed to flash though.
Great timing from Yukino.
Much stronger in the early game is Douglas on this Poppy because Poppy on level 3 with that spike can make so many good plays. Especially,
Yeah, exactly.
with that
So
laser
it's
shot.
like the reverse of the
The
situation
condition
from last
is
time.
Great. Mercy still has flash. Slowq doesn't have flash, and that's a regank, especially post 6. I think at level 6 with that shuffle threat, it's going to be very scary for Slowq.
And especially when you're the lane that's supposed to be pushing right here, you are winning the matchup into the Azir. It's extremely scary to walk up
Yeah.
in this iteration.
Okay,
I'm
wave
expecting
crashes
to
in.
see a lot more of Piero and a lot more of Yukino playing around that mid lane, potentially setting up vision.
Yeah, so either you play onto the Azir, or if Azir plays safe enough and just lets you push in because of the pressure, you then take the Talia and you transition to a side lane.
I am surprised though
Because
we
both
haven't
side
seen
lanes have
any
set up
swaps
obviously
of
on
Rin.
Meganar,
I
but
noticed how
Nautilus
good
just
Cassante
always.
is if you've been living under a rock. And especially with the Gnar into Cassante matchup, it does feel like Gnar has a bit of a field day with the range advantage. Aragon, more of your speciality is.
Yeah.
I feel like no lane swaps in the series has been important to know.
I've seen a ping from Yukino on enemy Raptors as Douglas is pinging it as well. However, Mercy is going to take a while to come back, has to TP, has to take his wave, which means that Slowq is going to be pairing up with Yukino early on, and there's a contest on the Raptors.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get a look at
Just imagine
jungle.
it.
We are just looking
It's
at
happening.
Pop for
Okay.
the time being. There it is.
Pushed in from, and this is what we talked about, this mid jungle just grouping up.
Okay, he walks it back. Jungle camp on
Poppy
one
is stronger than Vi early, but
Yukino
Poppy
once again
Azir is not stronger than Talia Vi.
individually against Douglas.
Yeah, onto the 420 respawn rates. It's a really good timer. Mercy, despite having the early gank towards mid, you know, still losing out in terms of recall timers and really good capitalization on joining up as a duo invading the rates. So again, mid jungle, KC Blue popping
And
up.
I mean, again, that came through Piero, right? Exa reset, which means Piero walked up on Poppy. They spotted where Douglas was. They set down vision onto the river, kept their mid lane alive to be able to push.
Play, traps
bot
it down,
lane.
Sap
Okay.
as well. Rin's got good damage down. Pierre might have to burn a flash here, getting out that lethal
Quite
tempo. He holds
needing
on
to
for so
flash.
long. The
First blood
blade
in
down.
top lane.
Next to get the auto attack reset as
What's
well.
going on with the Observer
Could
this
be in
game?
trouble. Lethal tempo for him is better.
Ooh, nice try, but he's going to die. And reset, they might both die. No.
Piero's down. Reset. But
Okay.
he gets one. Now he's
Yunara's going to kill them both. I mean, she just does so much damage early. For a champ that scales so well, she does so much damage early on.
but it was Exa who made Paris more excited instead.
They lose Mainter on the top side of the map, but they do.
Okay, I don't know how Poppy got in for the gank there, but
Strong.
I'm assuming just some sort of creative
Flashes for the Q of
pathing. He hadn't used TP though, so not that big a deal.
that
And then the
Exa
2
is
kills on bot
trying to
side.
kill.
Yeah, by the time that Rin actually gets the reset on Jinx with the get excited, it doesn't matter, he's too low, and the flash forward from 3XA is super, super good. He finishes off the double kill, and that's a 2-0. accelerated Yunara.
Now Dragon is up. I'm wondering what it's going to mean for that, but we'll look again because Rin kind of broke Pierre's ankles at first.
Yeah, you'd expect with the Aftershock advantage that, you know, Heretics would be stronger at this stage with the AoE and the range. Rin would be stronger, but, you know, the way that they're weaving in and out of these fights, and 3xA constantly landing autos to keep lethal tempo uptime is super fantastic, and that results in a double kill.
I feel like we also didn't talk about how aggressive X
And he had the
played
Q back
when
again.
Kaiser was too deep. He wasn't hitting Kaiser, he was hitting Rin.
Yep.
So he was getting that Jinx so low that by the time this happened, he just grabs the double kill.
Big trade.
Yeah, Pierre agrees.
Yeah, seal of approval there, I think, as well. To kill Yunara.
Okay.
It's not by about any
Hey, thanks
metric
for
as
following.
well.
Right, so
Exa, who started the game with a couple of kills. as well.
Yunara
Early goal.
He got the first kill.
I'm trying to remember that last game. I can't remember.
already going to be strong. Stun comes. Oh, stun comes through, but he didn't walk back.
The wall combination. Slow Q down.
You got the stun, just walk back.
Really nice setup.
And that's off of the
At
back
least
of
make
the
him flash.
gank Where Douglas popped the flash. That's the revisit with the shuffle threat that was called out before. And it's just a telegraph play. Slow Q overextends.
They are going to get the.
As a mid laner, you get a neutral objective, you can't have
They are
it
going to
all,
get the
right? It's what it is.
But I also feel
Dragon
like,
though.
you know, the fact that Douglas
And
is
invading the
a little
blue,
bit
I
more
guess.
here as we saw the invade
It's
from,
respawn blue.
before. It's really important that gank was a success. It's really important this early game, which we talked about the lanes bleeding.
Can they
goes
dive
well,
this?
maybe here as well as
Okay, it's got
KCB.
6
Look
advantage.
for the dive.
But if one person dies,
Spend this.
They're trying to hold the wave out in front so
Ooh.
that it doesn't crash.
Transcendence
Kaiser,
though. Transcendence does get some good damage down. Arclight Ruin, Zenith's play dodged away. Yukino, beautiful! Cease and desist!
oh, so worth it. They're going to crash another wave in as well.
From afar. Yes,
You're going to lose some top camps, but
but Access 3 and 0.
No summoner,
3-0-1
no upgrade,
Yunara
level
is
6 on Vice.
scary.
Looking for a dive. This is the cleanest dive we can have. Piero sacrifices his spell, but
And
he
Slow
also
Q's just got
super
6 as
quickly,
well,
but
or,
now Rin
you know,
loses an
recently.
entire wave of experience and gold.
So Atelier starting to move as well.
The game volatile to give leads to his lanes. Yukino has been farming. He hits level 6 way before Douglas, and that's how they orchestrated the dive down in bot side. An excellent Q flash onto Rin there.
They're going to be slow on this on the grubs though. If they can pick up at least a couple of grubs, that's going to be really good. I'm not sure if they get how many they get. It is just going to be one. Yeah, one grub for 2, I think.
Use my ulti for the fight. It's going to be one grub taken away at the very least for KC Blue, maybe 2 at this point. So Mega Death Rocket gets some vision, gets some insight. 900, but a smite. Seismic Shove doesn't need to connect. KC Blue came in for the heist with an ult disadvantage.
I feel like it was kind of that Heretics were looking to take just one Void Grab and walk out. I don't think there was ever an intention of re-engaging unless they overextended. And that's a pretty clean cut dive right here. The Q flash into the Jinx. That's flashless. Pretty textbook right there. They kill Leon as well. A whole entire wave lost for Rin.
Yeah, Kaiser and Rin, they tried to hold the wave so it didn't crash and the dive would be awkward, but Piero just tanks it and decides to dive for the boys. So it's a good dive. As we get some stats, that is a high win rate.
Yeah, this is solo queue. Remember again, this is not.
Yeah, I mean, Yunara is
I feel like solo is a hard stat to kind of highlight. Like,
still pretty strong.
he's good at the game. He wins solo queue. You know, I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a.
What is it that?
I do feel like solo queue is just not it.
He's pretty good.
67 games, almost 70% win rate. That's insane.
Yeah, almost
All right.
as good as Aragon's
Atlas
win
is
rate
now
for Renekton.
looking for Exa and Piero, both with flash. So it's just going to
What
be
is
as Exa and Piero have to overextend right here. As the
What was the
wave is
trade? Like,
pushing
why are we
towards
leaving up
Heretics.
Yunara?
Douglas was just hovering. There is
Just for
pretty
is this for
good
this Jinx trade? Is this the Jinx
vision
trade we wanted, or we
Heretics behind enemy lines
we got a
towards
Zia, I
themselves.
guess?
But on the
But
other
Zia wasn't
side,
banned or
you
picked
know,
last time.
no Poppy stop side, it's just invaded.
Trayson? Oh, he needs an angle here with ulti to escape.
He
I'm not
presses
sure.
W, Seismic Shove catches him on the back up. Big
Your
mistake
weak
from the top lane.
side, I guess, and you're just.
I think this was a call of, can you please check my gromp because I'm on the top.
Can you please check my gromp? Yeah, and like, oh, I didn't mean check it like that. I meant check it and not die. Got flash, got.
Yeah, I think,
Okay, they
Sonic
do
has
zone
to
away
throw it
slow
to
Q a little bit from mid,
but
so
he
it's going to
did
be a
find
wave
Douglas
crashed in.
Lasers to try and get away as the 2v2 happens to
Fighting in
happen.
top, there's just perma fighting. Okay, blocked. When he's got hook back, oh, they're just he's so fucking fed.
This bot lane is uncontrollable, unbelievable, undeniably ahead as KC Blue are running the map.
I feel like
They're just a
Heritage
1K
is
gold
running
lead
around
already on
helpless
Yunara.
chickens. They're just trying to avoid KCB at this point. There is no counterplay.
I don't
because they've lost their early
quite
corners.
understand
Yunara
this
is
draft.
so ahead of the
They didn't
curve
quite
at
understand the
this
last one as well,
point.
though. So
And it's just so
teams
difficult
do
to
have,
play
like,
for that
because
gold
of
lead.
how you play
Heritage
together
is
and you're
constantly
working together for a long time at this stage, like you do have your way of thinking about things. But
And I think that the
and
timing
sometimes
for that
just
2v2
because I don't understand it,
top
it's,
side
this is
makes
definitely
it
not saying it's not
stop
good.
is over now,
But
as I imagine that's a completed Kraken
this
Slayer
is
in base for Exa, and now
I
the
don't
2v2 is
see
gonna
the
be
massive
winning
value of
early, right?
the
Your Jinx is
giving
so
the
far
Yunara,
behind. Rin has a long sword to a Kraken Slayer. At least
because
he's
you
got
could have
a
just,
sword as a consolation
I
prize,
think
but
you
that's,
could have just like
There
with
are
Talia and Azir up.
I mean, there's
At this level,
so many concerns in this
I
map
don't.
right
Maybe
now
I don't see
that
either of
this
these two
comp
players as
from
massive as Azir
Heretics,
players. Maybe they
we
are.
sold it as
They
scaling, we
haven't been
sold
in
it as front
Mere
and
Masters so
back.
far.
We sold it that the early game needed to be run by Douglas.
This is
Douglas 2 games in a row now. He's okay on that Kiana with the mid game and really set up some big plays. But let's not forget he fell behind in game 1 as well. Yukino has been running the first 15 minutes quite
20 seconds on the next dragon.
No bridge.
80 carries going back to bot lane, but everywhere. Oh my god, he's got Kraken Slayer already. He's got a Cull coming in 20 CS and he's got Kraken Slayer already. I mean, Azir has one item. Poppy has one item as well. Maybe you can fight this, but
Well, I mean, second dragon has
oh
to be on
no,
the
now
list.
you did.
Slowku sets it up again. Mid jungle duo, beautiful. The old man is not.
Yeah.
Mercy
Now you're dead.
with the flick back.
And there's
For 4 seconds straight.
there is no steadfast
you
presence
got
by
knocked
the
once and that
Douglas
was it.
Slayer.
No frame to even flash, I
He's
think.
finding so many angles onto the carries of Heretics, and that's going to convert into another dragon.
Now this time they are just stacking up the dragons.
We should also talk about
But I don't think this is like, oh, you've got Azir and Jinx, therefore your late game is good, because you've got no way to start fights.
Like last game,
Or no, you don't have no way, because you do have the Leona. But you have less of a way to start fights, and anyone overextends, they can get picked off so easily.
But I feel like Slowku deserves the praise here as well.
I praised him last game for a big reason. I feel like it's going to be a similar game to that as well at this rate. As Exa pushes in bot lane. Note that double dragon sets up KC Blue to really control objectives here. Exa's the one who, again, from SK, got pushed back into the ERLs. And he is on the precipice of trying to get them in the second game. Now, it's very early in this game. It's only a 2K goal lead. It's not over yet. Heretic scaling we talked about. We talked you dry. It's now in 145. That's got to be something that Heretics think about giving up,
I mean,
or putting a stand.
Look, scaling's great and all, but if you have Soul in 8 minutes, right, 9 minutes to contest,
Yep.
you don't have time.
That's not 2 items.
Yeah, you barely are going to
I
have.
mean, 9
two
minutes is still
items
quite a
out.
while.
At the very least, now you
A
have
lot can
an extra
change.
Azir, which is a
There's 120 on Herald, though. I don't think they're fighting for that.
Every item after that to be able to play.
Talia's going to have an item by then as well, I
Really
guess.
facing down a 22 minute Soul at this point.
I feel like it's on Slowku right here to potentially find a side lane. He has been a guy that does gravitate towards
There's the
side lanes,
proc.
pushes a lot,
1k gold
trying
lead
to
on
find, his choving moment in this
Best
particular
kick.
game to try and get
Only
that
1k
one
actually, it's not
for
as much as
Slowku.
you
Sorry,
would
for
sort of
Mercy.
expect for 4
Let him
kills.
out on the side lane on this Azir.
Could be
Try and
worse,
get him on that
right?
second item, 'cause he is the only
That's the
one
way to
who's
think
been
about
able
it.
to keep it even between him and the KCB mid laner.
How dumb is that Cassante build?
Yeah, that's
How does he wear 2 vests?
As dumb as the Mundo build with all the Giants belts.
oh yeah, he has 3 of them. But to be fair, he's big enough. He can wear 3 of them around him.
Ooh,
Shove
it's going
the
quite
wall,
far.
place the wall, set up by Slowku. Douglas is coming
I would
on.
much rather see the supports play a lot more aggressively with the mid laners in this kind of game, because I don't think you're getting much done around mid.
Trying to clear out vision. Won't get to do so,
Jinx
but
and
as a
Yunara in
result,
mid lane, I don't think you're getting that much done. So, like,
as Maiden just soloed
if
the
you had
control.
Nautilus with you sooner, I mean, now he's here, obviously.
Slowku, seismic shove, Douglas in trouble. He sends out the steadfast presence.
Oh, really nice timing. Really, really nice timing. And redemption already, so there's going to be no kill back.
It's already been used. I'm looking at Kai's with the Zenith player as the Zoom Mega Death Rocket comes from afar. But KC Blue get a pick again. They're just so good at executing this
The
comp.
timing on that
And
one
Yunara's
is
just going to have
steadfast
perma push in
presence to
mid,
make
but
sure
you
that
won't be able
the
to do all that much with it if the support's there too. So that's why I'm saying, like, I just want Nautilus to just sit with Talia a lot more often.
It's another collapse, and even though Mercy got a bunch of uptime, it wasn't enough at this stage.
Yeah, we talked about Yukino overextending in game number 1, over-engaging in a lot of the fights, losing a couple of fights for KCB. Right here, he's been spot on with Avaya, a champion that needs to get ahead in the early game, and he's about 1.5 thousand gold up on his counterpart.
Much more of a stomp here. Herald acquired as well. 4,000 gold
Okay.
lead at 15 minutes. Not just an early game lead. This is an absolute massacre. Let's not forget as
So
well.
this one is, well, I said last one was done, and it turned really close before it was done. So maybe this one goes close again.
Dragon 150. Two of those already picked up by KC Blue.
I'm just really looking at items, man. I think your win cons are whittling away. At the very least now, everyone's on one item, but they really have to drive.
1.3k lead in jungle as well. 1.1k lead in mid in top. This tower's gonna die. Bot tower's dead, and top tower's dead as well.
I think they could drive to top lane here. I would drive top.
I expose. Rin gets some damage off, as you said. Top is just a small shriek away from falling down as well. But I think
Do you have the time to do this? I don't think so on this side, do you?
It's going to jump out about nowish anyway, but a wall in the way. Still, regardless, the top turret goes out.
It's going to charge now.
Pushed in. Pressure across the map for KC Blue is worth about 1,000 gold.
Absolutely, and look at Heretics. They're making
Yeah, so they're still going to get all three.
They're trying to play for the next dragon. 1 minute until it spawns. It will be
5k gold lead.
if they manage to secure that
16 minutes.
For Heretics, it is very, very important.
Soul
to
point.
down some vision. Again, I'm looking at Kaiser. He's the leader of this team. He's the guy
So,
who makes the plays. The guy who
yeah,
wants
Exakick
to
has to
fight
die,
Mad Lion
but also,
to
I'm not
try
calling him
and
3Xa,
push
sorry.
through all the wars. They're looking at him
3Xa.
potentially trying
Exakick has to
to
die.
get onto Shinar, to get onto Talia to find a great answer on the start of the fight.
My Yunara has 2 items.
But even then,
The
also, how does he die?
difference is
He has to fuck up, because it's just
I think
Leona roll. Okay, so they just hard commit to the other side. They just play a 0 on side lane. Let's hard commit. I like this. Like, we have to do something. I don't think we can fight. Problem is that Exakick's now here and it's Mega Gnar.
With Renans as well, the Arclight's then out, Mercy's out, but it's Trayston. Redemption comes out early as well as the Arclight of Ruin in full Transcendence gets the slow, but Douglas probably saved the
So KCB actually just full send it on this as well. They don't play for the dragon. I think this is good as well. You just match. If you're ahead, you match.
And remember, the rest of the waves being denied. I'm looking at mid. Bot slowly pushing in as well.
But they are crashing waves in. They're still going to get the dragon.
Beelining it, right? They know that KCB
I mean, when you're 5k down, every player is losing. So
onto that wave that was pushed over by Heretics, and they gain their soul point.
what can you do? I mean, this one was just...
It's really smart, like KC Blue, right? Like matching the cross map from Heretics.
This one was just...
the objective bounty as well as the tower topside, whilst also getting the opposite side objective and getting to soul point is crazy, right? You have 3XA, the 80 carrying.
I'm just going to get the draft up, because I'm...
on his own, whilst not overextending. It shows a really good level of discipline and macro.
So,
He's just 1v3 holding a
yeah,
tower.
I mean, he's fine. Thing about Mega Gnar with Trinity Forces, you're going to have to burst him down before he evolves.
What's the next move right here from Heretics? Because in 4.5 minutes, you're going to be forced to fight. It's going to be soul for KCB, and that's a very, very early soul. Again, I feel like for champions like Jinx, you start spiking on 2 items plus, but 3 items is usually where you really want to start fighting. You get in that second item onto Azir, but 3 is really
Yeah,
where you
Wukong
want to
was
start
banned.
fighting. So again, for those super hard scaling
Wukong,
front
Ori,
battle
Rumble.
positions, 3 items is the key, but they're not going to have the luxury of time.
Yeah, Yuntel IE is really where you want to be, isn't it? I mean, the problem is bridging to IE. It's quite expensive. So Rin gonna try and get.
Yeah, so last time it was the exact same bans. Wukong, Ori, Rumble. But Yunara was banned for by KCB, so Yunara was up, and then there's just nothing. There's nothing they're trading for it, so that's why I don't understand. Like, I could disagree with what they're trading, but it looks like there's nothing they're trading for it, because the stuff that they prioritize here, they hadn't prioritized last game.
It's really funny because Exa didn't buy any extra item. He still has 2, but the black lever on Vi makes it.
You didn't pick Azir last time,
The extra ammo pen coming through from Yukino.
so you want this Jinx matchup. So I guess the idea is just we think that Jinx is better than Yunara. Jinx into Yunara is better for Jinx than Yunara, not that Jinx is better in general.
And KCB right here, they're taking full control of topside jungle, and they want to.
But it's just the 2v2.
The difficult part for Heretics here right
They
now
fell so far behind the 2v2, I don't think there's really much you can do about the rest of the game.
Global and then Violts on side lane are incredibly
I think
potent, so you just can't overextend.
this mid jungle is
You just can't either.
very strong, and the mid jungle of Poppy Azir hasn't worked in the same way.
That's problematic. We said Mercy needs to find his Choving on a side lane, but if you have to babysit Rin to his Infinity Edge, you're also missing out on XP and gold.
Hey, that's my camp.
Yeah, Douglas comes in, quick reset.
Who are
X
you?
not able to finish it off, but the small Raptors go down.
That's my Douglas impression.
Are you Exa? Like, what's happening? Are you ready
He's
carry
speaking
now?
first person, apparently.
He thinks he's part of the team.
He is. Okay, he's been bullied so much today, I feel bad. Stretch line away. And while Aragon has to recoup what we've taken away from him, I think we've got to also recoup that Atakan's just being started, recoup the feelings that Heretics are going down right now. 5,000 gold in the hole. This is going to make it about 8,000 realistically. As slow in, Zen has played in and engaged, but the flash
Okay, they might be able to kill the Nautilus. Really nice poppy ult. He's gonna ult back, and they just have no. They just didn't have anything. But he's gone so far, but I actually think he's probably fine. Yeah. Both carries are just hitting the Vi and not able to do anything. Yeah, they're just so far ahead.
Wasn't you gonna get the kills? Exa again, but it just feels so hard for Heretics in this second game.
And Atakan start with Vibe because any fight is winning. They just hold the choke. At worst, they get Atakan there. At best, they get a fight and both. So, KC Blue run away there with the entire game because they secure both that fight and Atakan.
There was just no way into this river from Heretics. They really tried to make a pick onto the one guy that has Spellbook.
Yeah.
The squishiest guy right now.
I mean,
KCB level 9 Nautilus. They threw everything at him and they couldn't get him. And the
not much to say, I think.
You're looking for that Infinity Edge onto the Jinx, which can maybe change the fight a little bit around, but he just didn't have the luxury of time.
Any fight is winning at that stage. It really, really is. So you just force whatever. Vi can even solo Atakan in the meantime, because that's just how Vi works with the percentage on the blast shield. And they try to flash on Exa, right? At one point, I'm pretty sure after this sequence, Kaiser tries his best, but Exa's just hitting. What can you do?
And I feel like he flashes onto
He just
Exa.
can't.
He's already used his combo onto the Nautilus.
A flash for dominance.
So Yunara just walked up and kept auto-attacking. I don't think Exa was in any threat at any point. He just flashed forward.
They're just so far ahead. Like, at this stage, this gold lead is kind of unplayable.
There was no Azeel. There was no setup. There was no chance for Heretics to come back in any form of the fight. It really does feel like it's in the two hard basket. And yes, 6,000 gold. But remember, Chemtech Soul up in 15 seconds. KC Blue are also going to position for an early Elder with the way this game's
now,
going.
there might be a chance right here.
I don't even know what I would look at after this game.
For the third. If Exa presses B here, he has it, but he
I think you need to do something a bit different with how you're approaching draft. If Heretics are red side again and they do the same bans, it's 3-0. You've got to just try something different. Can't just keep slamming your head against the wall. Try the exact same thing. So they full commit everything to this dragon. Mains has no mega. Soul goes across, and they're just going to kill everyone on the back end. Douglas is dead as well.
The full sense of security right there from Heretics as KCB let them nicely walk onto the river, start the dragon, and slow queue with a 5-hit Talia to close the tri-bush completely and just lead Heretics to their death.
And Heretics think, you know, wait, it's Mininar as well. It's Mininar.
But the Mininar is doing so much damage.
Mininar is tankier than your Cassante, buddy. It's rough.
We'll find out what this.
Okay, I mean this was the draft.
A quick mention from the Heretics players,
but I think the thing that I'm
this one's kind of in the bag.
this is the exact same bands as last time. Last time it was first pick. First game was first pick Corki, and then you took the Rise. But the thing is that this changed. This was Yunara ban before, and now it's not a Yunara ban, and suddenly we're trading Yunara for nothing, as far as I can tell. Like, you don't want to just leave Wukong up, and then they get Yunara and you get Wukong. Just because this was the thing that it seemed like people were contesting before. That's why I don't understand. So it could be that you don't mind this trade. You think this trade's okay. But I just think, even if you think that this trade is fine for us, you might as well leave up something that was contested last time. Because yes, in Worlds, Azir is also a contested pick. But Azir into Talia is not so much. And Azir is just not here. So, like, now suddenly it's really strong just because Wei and Rise are gone. In which case it's like third tier mid laner, so you're trading Yunara for a third tier mid laner? Because it's not Ori and Syndra, apparently.
in the past it was different, but Xin Zhao.
Yeah. Oh my god. Is the stream breaking again? Do I go?
Other pockets like
Nope.
Mercy won't get his Syndra.
Okay.
So there's a lot of research from KC Blue, obviously, but I feel like, again, these perma priority takeaways are setting them up for success. Baron now spawns, 8,500 gold lead. Chemtech Soul, KC Blue moments away from setting up a 2-0 start of this finals, being 1 moment away from launching themselves into the LEC again. Solar Flare, a pick set up. They need a reset, but Piero won't die. Poppy disengages. Good, but Maynard comes in.
Okay, nice Mega. I mean, there's just... They can't. They can't do anything. Oh, the double flick as well. But they're just so far ahead. 10k gold lead. It's an absolute murder.
They've been found out again.
Forcing the flash right here from Mercy. And KCB are using the mid lane wave to play even more aggressive. They want at least an inhibitor mid. 20 seconds.
It's crazy. Mercy's just going to ulti him out. But for KC Blue, as they run through mid lane, not only have they already taken the silverware, they're taking the plates too. The whole dinner table is exposed.
There's nothing to be done in this game. So,
Not quite over though. Yeah, I mean it was close.
you got to go blue side.
But that's gonna be Nash for sure, and with Soul.
Let me, where's our fearless sheet?
They've even got beats to show for it.
Douglas is wrapping around.
So,
The flash, but I don't think
I'm going to put these in now. So, game 1, top lane was Sion versus Aatrox, right?
TPing on him.
Sion versus Aatrox, Kiana versus Jarvan,
And this one is a go match. This one is a
Wei
true
versus
reverse
Rise,
angle. But our finals, which we
Corki
said and a lot of us
Kaiser,
looked at as a 3-0-3-1, is starting to paint itself as a reality.
and
Piero,
Braum,
he didn't back away. Solar Flare. They have
Braum Alistar.
support, but probably, yeah.
Then today, game 2, we have Leona Nautilus.
Where's the damage? There it is. It's not there. And wait, the flick back dodged away, but Rin is now on the
I'm just assuming this game is done, yeah. Jinx, Inara,
They can't even kill a Nautilus at level 12.
Talia,
This
Azir.
one is done.
I'm just doing this so that I can see what's still up, because I would be doing it as the series goes on. And then Cassante.
Everything today.
Rin and Kaiser,
No.
they get evaporated.
So-
Heretics get absolutely separated. It's just Mercy to hold.
I mean, we can watch them actually win, I guess.
One Azir and
I've just been assuming it's one for
Cassante,
ages.
two of the most broken champions in League of Legends, tasked to do the impossible.
Not even they can do it against the home crowd, advantage against the home arena.
Yeah, I think
As
it's,
KC Blue are
So I think you have to go. You unless you have something very specific, you have to go blue side. You have to go for something else. So what can we still play for? There's Aurora. There's a Kali and that kind of stuff, but I don't think that's necessarily something you need to or want to be prioritizing. There is still Renekton for Ambessa.
You've got to say that KC was just nervous because that was
In the jungle, you've still got Wukong. There's Ori in mid, obviously. So there's like Wukong, Ori. What have they been banning? So this is what they have been banning before. You have to go for something. You have to go for one of these picks. So you can leave. I don't really. The Rumble must just be main to ban if you don't play Rumble. So you can leave these two up, try and play for one of those, in which case you're going to get one of these three. I mean, this one's just, I don't even know what that does. I don't understand this. I don't understand why you're giving Unara, and I don't understand why you take these two when you can just trade this. Like, I already think like this I don't like. I don't think actually taking. I think if you're taking Jinx stuff, like I would rather have this with Jinx than this. You know, like for me at least, thinking about Jinx as like this hyper carry that you want to protect and peel for, I think is really silly. Especially when you're playing against this, like you're just gonna get dumpstered by anything. Basically, you have to be going forward, getting that first reset. And so I just think this was given for nothing. And again, as I said before, you might say, right, well, actually, Jinx, Yunara is fine for us. We don't mind that. But you're not gaining anything for it. You might as well leave this up. And then they probably still take Yunara, and then you go Jinx Wukong.
Right now, it was the beast we used to on online.
Or you go Wukong, you can go Wukong Azir if you want, and then Jinx on 3. Like, you just trade it for something. Don't just give it. Okay, I'm gonna be right back again. We'll look briefly at the game, but I'm pretty sure they just got rolled, didn't they? They just got rolled in the 2v2, and it kind of all went downhill from there. But I'm gonna quickly be right back, and then we'll see.
The selection of the targets they chose, the points they chose to take, it just wasn't clicking.
Douglas, man. Like, I think Douglas, he's looking for what he can. A gank early mid before the
Firefighter
flash.
mode.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to force a flash mid, and he does. And then a regank onto the Azir ulti is a really good set play that you can do, but it's just not enough because everywhere else is on fire.
When we were doing the setup for the pre-show, we talked about how Douglas was a pivotal piece towards the bot side, and I think Yukino was like, okay, what if I just take that out of the equation? What do you do, Douglas? He has no options
They've
right
done
now.
it twice, right? Game
Yeah.
number 1, they tried to split them up with Yukino, and in game number 2, they just forced them to play for a lane that wasn't bot lane for the side of Heretics, but as taking the 2v2. And I feel like for KCB, I mean, you have to be scared. They are so strong individually. They're so strong at the skirmishes in lane. They are so strong at setting up for objectives. They are so strong at team fighting. They are the strongest team in the ERLs right now. You know why? Because they've already taken down LR and Misa, who were the favorites to win the whole damn thing.
100%.
Ain't no way we're gonna get 3-0 semis into 3-0 finals, right? There's no shot, man. Whoa, Tracen's damage. I know he's a tank, but that is brutal.
And again, I need to highlight this. Low Q, you don't get to see him like those flashy plays as he did back in the day when he played the Akali, the LeBlanc. But
You
he's
just wait. His time is
also-
coming.
You think?
Yeah.
Game 3 LeBlanc?
I mean, you've got 3 games ahead of you. I'm thinking of more of the likes of Akali. I feel like Heretics have been playing a lot of front-to-back situations. So if they choose to play for control mage mid, it does open an angle for Akali for slow queue.
Yeah,
But
I
he's
think
still pivotal.
the LeBlanc is harder to draft because I think LeBlanc's best matchup in the current meta is versus Taliyah. It's actually really, really good. And into Azir, there's like, I think it's hard to get the LeBlanc in, but it's possible.
But for that to exist, it would have to be KC on the red side, and it's Los Heretics deciding. Do you think they're going to stick to the red side?
I think when you're down 2-0 in a series, the mentality always is within teams. It was within my teams as well. Is that you just swap for the sake of change, right? And it gives you some kind of copium. That's always the strat.
So going for the copium card, what do they have to bring?
I mean, you just
I
have to
know.
play.
Something more early game, please.
Sintra Senza has been perma-banned
Yeah,
from KCB
and it
the
will be
entire
again.
time, and I feel like they might still hit the Tristana. So I feel like at this point, on blue side, you leave Wukong open, you play for the wombo combos potentially together with something like an Orianna or a Victor, like anything that can just create and blow up team fights. You need Douglas on a champion that can carry the games.
But as soon as you open that Orianna, that means Akali and those assassins might take a hold of
True.
the mid
Look,
lane.
And then you get
It's the
vegan
bait.
build, and it gets balanced out. We'll see.
I think they need some early game. Anything early game, draft related. Maybe a Caitlyn to play through. Something that has some kind of playmaking that you can develop a lead stack. Because they have been on the receiving end of losing all the objectives.
Band-aid on the top lane and try to just bring
Okay.
it in.
Maybe even a strong mid lane champion. You know, from Mercy. I know his champion.
Right, let's have a look at the game. Just in case. You never know. Maybe there's some things that we can take from it. Game 2.
And they're controlling this as well. We talked about this with Douglas at the beginning. The biggest fear is facing
Right. So, let me turn this to 1%. Classic. I think if you're Poppy here, like you need to make something happen around this bot lane. Let's see what he does with the first path, because I think mid is hard. Pre-6, mid is hard, other than you're playing for the flash, so that after 6 you're playing for the kill. But I also don't think it changes all that much, because Vi Taliyah are still going to have massive windows where they can play really aggressively on the map. Whereas bot lane, if bot lane, whichever bot lane gets ahead is a massive deal. So he tried for the gank around mid. When was this? So 3 camps into mid gank, was it? For the wrap round? Okay, if that stun hits, that's first blood. Now he wanted to finish these and then play for bot lane, but bot lane is based, I guess. Then this stage, TP comes back through. Nard doesn't have TP. Flashes. First blood. But this is where bot lane both die and the wave is in a good spot. Then you get the kill in mid. Here it's still kind of fine. But then this... Do they just think they're fine here, I guess? After the dragon, they're just expecting KC to go to base, I guess. Mate, that's okay. An ad. I think it's good to keep the stream running, but just add shotgun. And then here, all your sums down from that 2v2. You can't. I just think they have to know that they're in danger. Poppy can come through and cover this wave if needed. Oh, it feels bad. There's no camps up. Yeah, okay. Feels bad. And from here, it's already starting to get difficult. Crash another wave in. He dies randomly on the weak side. And then 2v2 died again. Then this one was what? Just yeah, this comp I think is just hard to play. It's just so difficult. Like you have no real way to get on the front foot yourself, and you have to just hope that you avoid everything. And anytime you don't, it's a one shot. You can't even move. You can't even press a button. That then gets the dragon. They then again you can't, like when it's good fight for heretics, they can't fight. When it's good fight for KC, they just go. So like here they were trying to do something and they couldn't, and now the second it turns into a good situation for KCB, you just die. So unlucky. And it's just that the whole way through. I think this one's just mega draft cap. The first one I still would have preferred KC's draft, but this one I think is very difficult to play. That does mean like I really want to make I really want them to be on blue side. That's for sure. And we just need something. We need something different. There's Ori to play for. There's Wukong, I guess, to play for. That seemed to be really, really high prio for everyone. What else? Syndra has been being perma-banned, so Syndra to play for. I mean, there's still a bunch of AD carries, I think. A bunch of supports, I think. There's Nico as a first pick. But I think Ori, Syndra, Wukong. Ori, Syndra, Wukong. There must be some that I'm missing, right? Ori, Syndra, Wukong, Xin. You get one of those if you're going blue. So what was it? Ori, Syndra,
now you sit and wonder, can they do it? Because for heretics,
Xin, like I want them to be like definitely playing for one of these. I mean, they're literally looking through it at the moment. Okay, what's up that we still like?
Early game. early game. I'm looking at Wukong, I'm looking at Aurora, I'm looking at champions that can actually.
Yeah, I
play
think if you're playing
for
weak side,
Heretics.
firstly,
Individually,
you
they
shouldn't think
shine
about it
so
as like
much in different times in game number
like a
one.
binary
They
thing.
do have it
It's not
in
like
them to
you're
carry the
always
game.
playing weak
It's
side
not
if you're
just
playing
that
weak side.
hard.
It's that when your team is playing on the other side of the map, for that wave, you have to be really careful. If you can get the wave and not die, that's
But they're not getting there.
insane.
And the problem is that's how they win. If you can't win with how you win, what is the plan?
Well, they hadn't played KCB so far.
Yeah.
So. And that was also the question coming into these finals. Team Heretics throughout their entire playoffs, they were
Nico.
the primely killers. A region that's not necessarily in your top 3 when it comes to EMEA Masters. So how do you really gauge their strength compared to KCB, right?
Oh,
The
brutal.
questions are being answered at the very least, and I think what we're also understanding as well is that those tendencies we saw through playoffs, those tendencies we saw from knockouts, from quarters to semis, are holding true even against Heretics, who like to kind of like throw face and just send.
Okay.
I mean, this is a problem right now. Is through draft they need to give themselves opportunities.
What else? Anything
In
else?
game one, when there were
Again, if you have the right people, Bard, but
closing out the game seemed to be the hardest task.
I think they look better on the single target comps with the dive.
Yep.
Maybe there's a variation here where they can go something like Pantheon or perhaps a Neferi comp.
Neferi,
anything like this.
Oriana.
No, I'm scared that, no, exactly. I'm agreeing with you. No, going towards something like a Skana and chilling and playing the front to back.
Yep.
Nothing vegan. I don't want to see any kind of Sejuani and so on for Douglas.
Since we're talking about Douglas, I know that before he joined the
Yeah.
LEC, he was an avid Viego player.
I was going to say that.
And when things get rough, the
He goes for
Viego could come out. You just need 1 or 2 priority
So we'll
lanes,
see.
man, and then the Viego
What
can actually
I want.
shine.
Well, firstly, they have to be.
It does. That's what I'm asking for
Firstly, they have to be blue side.
So the reality is, I was
I
gonna
just
say the
want them to
exact
be
same
playing
thing.
for like
I
one of
think
these
the best
things.
champ all the way back.
One brain cell.
Was
We share
Viego.
it.
We do share a brain cell. But whether or not they'll go for it with a, Viego R, Viego Annie.
No. Whoever wins
something
this
like
plays in the
this
LEC
as an option
for winter.
We'll have to see. I don't think they'll go down it just because Viego's so
Wait,
low
they're on the
priority.
same
They
side.
tripled down, by the way.
Okay. I think
No,
Ashley
don't
also
do the
played
same
that. I
bans,
never know that
guys.
They're staying red side.
They tripled down for red
Yeah,
side
yeah.
all 3 games. And the bans are going to stay the same as well, I
Which
imagine.
means you're not leaving open Wukong this time around because it's one of the only S-tier aggro early game champions that are looking for the level 6.
Now you have to ban Ori and Wukong.
I'm looking at secondary ones, potentially something like the Pantheon could work.
Wukong's banned second, like you're saying. Pantheon, Xin Zhao come to mind in terms of the highest prio junglers.
Sorry, Zin's up permabanned.
Xin Zhao is permabanned.
But the Neferi you mentioned before, the Neferi is something.
Please don't give Ori for some random reason.
As well, can really get Heretics going in the early game.
This is just an absolute luxury ban.
Gonna be
Whatever they think they might
Seems
first
already
pick,
played. We got Ryan
you just
already
ban
played
something
as
for
well.
that.
A lot of the mid laners that are first picked here are off the table. That Ambassador's going to follow suit as well. I don't know if KC Blue for Mainzer will get that Renekton B1. I mean, that's very ambitious, but it is just worth trying.
This is
I think the biggest thing is that Ambessa got banned because of the R3 Ambessa that Tracer could take with a Renekton ban on 4-5. So getting rid of that is smart at this stage. So many bans, but
there are
there's
so
Pantheon
many
to talk
potential
about.
problems.
I think you can
But
ban
yeah.
Pantheon with Trundle,
Like,
I guess?
Also, if let's say KCB make it, well, probably KCB make it.
They also banned Ori.
If you're an LEC team, do you scrim KCB if you're going to play against KC? Because they're definitely telling them.
Drops in value a little bit as well.
Surely,
When you talk about
right?
Nico, there's a good partnership
I
there,
mean,
but
it's gone through draft the entire time, but Nico surely has to be prior by now.
surely.
There's a Trundle. Trundle with a skill
I
champ
just
is
really
usually
don't like
really
this.
Good. They could go towards prio duos like Trundle Bards. I think it's fantastic. There's no Talia Pantheon to break up, so they don't have to worry about that. But I think Trundle Bard's a great duo if they want to pick R3
Sivir.
support.
Primary 80 carry.
Sivir,
performance.
blind
Sivir
pick.
is quite strong against a lot of
It's
these
actually is a good
players.
Draven angle, probably.
I think Lucian's pretty strong into Sivir if they want to go down that route. I hate the champion, but I think it's a great matchup. There's some early game to stomp the Sivir. could be an
Caitlyn.
option.
Obviously, Draven been hovered here. Exa came into the LEC as a Draven main.
It's not happening.
Really strong into hard farming
Jhin,
champions.
yeah.
They debate a little bit. Jhin pretty
Oh,
good.
it's a
Jhin
denial.
Bard.
Very
Boy.
strong in
Okay.
lane, pushes the wave pretty nicely, sets up for the dives with Bard and Pantheon later on.
I think, yeah, that's a matter. I was going to say a hook champ into Bard is very common. Nautilus is often the go-to, but Blitz is great too.
I like the blitz here. Like, you've got to do something.
It's the best hook champ that's available. You got
Gotta do
Pyrex,
something,
but I don't
guys.
think it's great unless you want to match range and go like Nico.
Oh, I
But
forgot to change them.
Blitz hook into Trundle Pillar is fantastic. I don't like this. I think you just drafted a losing 2v2.
I love
Ah.
this, not because of the losing 2v2, but because it's Kaiser's Rakan.
That is true.
His most famous champion, the champion he made his name on, and with Heretics, life on the line, backs against the wall, he has been the leader, he's been the one creating all of these team fights for them. Rakan is his champ.
Being a fence sitter, at least there's something here that can create proactivity, and jungle support synergy there is going to be super important.
I think now your decision is, how do you use counter pick here of your Heretics? What do you blind? I think in terms of blinding, the best blind pick right now...
Kennen ban? I mean, stuff like Gwen with the Jhin is really, really
I
strong.
think are your best blind picks available at the moment.
I don't. I'm not predicting what Heretics are going to do with the picks.
I'd look for a 4 and then counter pick mid for Mercy. I think that's what
You just don't. It's like blind Trundle. Not blind, but like there's going to be no tanks.
Gwen's already also taken off the board. Maybe KC Blue are not just thinking about, hey, what are we going to run or give over to Heretics and 4? What tank
Rek'Sai could have been a tank that works, even though you have.
I don't think they're going to run any tank right here because the threat of Trundle is too big.
Yeah.
However, also blind picking, something that's not a tank, can get bit dicey.
It has to be Renekton. And
Okay, they are banning the Gwen Jacks themselves.
That's the best choice. And then into that, generally
There it
range
is.
is good. Jace could be fantastic in terms of range. That's a really, really good counter.
Ooh,
You could go
Jace
for
is
tanks like
bold.
Ornn if you really want to.
Hold up. Hold up.
Ain't no way. That's really fun and pretty decent.
I mean, also, it would be what Solo lane
I don't
Pantheon
think
if that
it's-
happens.
Solo
I mean,
lane
I started thinking about the Zoes, the Ziggs, you know, to add range. into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we're
You
getting
need more AP
we're
damage.
getting two teams for sure.
If you
Two.
pull this up,
It's probably
AP damage to
let's
KC
just
Blue's
say
low.
We're going to get
Realize
KCB
they
and
pick up the
KC
Victor, and now there's a bit of scape.
almost certainly
It's a little bit weird though,
In,
with Victor with a lot of
in LEC Winter.
setup, but not really a front line. I don't know if Mainter's going to bite the bullet here and kind of go for like an Ornn or a Cho'Gath.
Long range engage delay with
But
the
KCB will be very different.
Mid laner 1v1, and then you use that.
KCB
with
might
Pantheon,
have,
you're really strong mid lane 2v2. This is a combo that you often go to Victor Pantheon.
Like,
but now the question I
3
have is,
different players.
What does Mercy have into the Victor? Yone is good, but they need AP. So
It's a Kali time. It's a Kali time,
Kali.
baby. We
Okay.
thought it was going to be the other way around. We thought Mercy could probably stabilize mid lane with a Victor and SlowQ slams the Akali. But we said in the pre-show, Mercy plays the entire pool of SlowQ from 2022. He's actually the guy that's going to pull out the Assassins.
And now it comes down to the mid lane as the new additions of 2025. The Heretics.
Okay.
How reliable is Mercy going to be? Because we know there's scaling in bot.
I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind this draft if it hadn't been for the other ones where you've just done the same thing over and over again.
Upside is going to be really, really hard for KC Blue to play. But the thing that KC Blue have is push bot lane.
I
and push
can't
mid
see
with
how
strong early junglers.
the same
So I think
approach
what I'm
is
looking
good
for
every
right now
game,
is early
especially when
junglers
it's
trying
not
push
worked
in
the
mid
first
bot.
2
But
times.
are you two satisfied with the lane presence this time from Heretics?
I think mostly they're joining other
Absolutely. I'm
teams,
looking
other
at mid
LEC
lane
teams.
particular for Heretics right here, level 6, especially if Douglas shows up,
Because
puts the most
KCB are
OP
promoting
ability, which is the
KC are
killer,
promoting their
onto
third
Victor, and
string
Victor flashes away. Suddenly Akali has no pressure on level 6.
I think Trayson's
top
also had
and
enough, man. I think Trayson's sick of playing
AD,
bot lane
but I'm
and
not
so
sure where
he's got
Mainter
carry.
and next kick is going.
I mean, he had an insane Aatrox game 1. Also kind of threw the game away, or helped, I should say.
But he was a part of the reason that they were winning.
But yeah, that's right. He was the reason that they actually came back, or at least found their way into mid game.
So KC basically just have 2 spots, and then in winter they'll go back to in spring they'll go back to LFL.
And you take the Heretics' chance of a reverse sweep, no matter how hard it looks, into consideration as we go into game 3 match point. KC Blue have a roaring crowd. It gets louder and louder and
Okay.
louder, and it is excelling KC Blue into what could be a final game with the pacing so far.
I find this composition from Heretics very similar to game number 1. They have tools to get into the backline. So even though Mainter is playing a tank again, if you dispatch of Bar, Jhin, and Victor, there's only so much this Ornn can tank later on, right? So again, they have been given a couple of tools. Yes, the lanes are gonna get a little bit dicey
Okay.
with the
Bard.
priority, but they have the tools to execute.
Doesn't have that many good targets to ult, I guess.
Have to face the bad lanes head on.
Sivir is going to be fairly easy target. You also have Jhin without huge, huge carries that love having the Jhin, like Gwen or Jax or something like that. And you do have Ornn when Rumble is on the enemy team. So you've got some good news stories for Heretics. Oof, if that stun hit the minion, that would have been actually tragic.
Full shot goes into a minion, evens out a little bit. In fact, Heretics might be okay with it in the end.
I really like the more aggro approach right here from Heretics. They do know that they lose the push on the 2 versus 2, so they're trying to salvage that by burning summoners right here to try and actually contest the
Kaiser
level
take
2.
W or
when
Q?
you lack the range is really, really good, because maybe then you can burn stumps and get a gank after, like you're saying, Trouble. But they are still going to lose lane unless there's a crazy all-in.
It is good. Boomerang Blade, though, doesn't really do too much. Piero puts a cup of tea down and picks it up. And half HP.
Kali's going to get pushed in as well, obviously, but side lane's going to be really good.
But full minion wave. Mercy has the fan strike. Get out of there now. If he stays in the wave, it will be a first blood. So Mercy just backs off. Slow Q pops a pot.
Now, here's where it gets really rough, right? Akali's still a melee champion that has to get close to that minion wave, so when there's a bunch of
Renekton
them
will have a lot of
stuck
pressure
underneath the
early on in
tower,
top lane,
Victor
obviously,
gets
but it's
free
very hard to
ult
punish
and
that
free
one.
push at the same time. This is why Rocket Belt is one of the most important items for Akali, because it gives her even more mobility to try and get onto the target.
Now, the problem is getting to that rocket belt is really, really difficult,
Yep.
right? In terms of the draft, what you have is a really strong mid jungle for the side of KC Blue. In terms of the 1v1, Victor destroys Akali early, gets massive push, and then Pantheon can use that to invade and make the game volatile, diving bot potentially. So I want to see how Yukino uses the mid lane
all very
push to
even so
dominance
far.
to be able to carry the game.
I will say that Mercy has been playing this matchup pretty nicely, though. Every single time he actually hits the E, he takes the trade. So you see the HP bars, both of the pots have been used from slow Q.
Barry
and
goes
actually
down.
The CS lead is not that much.
Oh, that juke.
In on bot quickly. Barrier was just used
This
by
is a bot
Rin.
lane dive.
The deadly fire all in.
Oh, okay.
Exa gets one out of Rin as well.
I think
Is he going to be able to get the
honestly,
W
there's a
to
world where
interrupt?
That wasn't worth going for, because you could have just prepped a dive instead.
Oh,
There you go.
Cancelled. Oh no! I think to get out of this, they might have to swap so that someone can catch bot wave. Maybe send Tracing down bot side at worst case, unless you want just accept dropping this wave.
They might have to accept
Yeah,
it as
Renekton
well.
has
No,
push, so he
Pantheon's
could
bot
reset
side.
and
Mercy's gonna
TP
hold
or
it.
just
He's gonna
TP.
back off. Kaiser's going to pull forward. Cosmic Binding, though, slows him down. Exa low on mana, so the deadly forest can't connect for a potential kill. Gleaming Quill with 3 minions holding out, but unfortunately, they shuffle ahead a little
Yeah,
bit
it's just going to
more.
be a nightmare.
Minions
It's already
will
10 CS down,
for
and
Exa.
it's
The
just going to get
flash
worse.
the burn on top of that
He's going to
burst
come back
is
with
so
more
great.
items.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad trade right there from Heretics, but KCB, at least the resets get a little bit delayed because Kaiser chose to delay the wave from crashing underneath the tower. Yes, those creeps were lost, but now it puts Kaiser in a position where he can actually match the bar drone mid.
Maybe a blessing in disguise for Heretics. I know that sounds really ridiculous, but there's a world where they just get 3v2 dove, and then Rin dies on top of missing the wave. So recalls, misses the wave, but comes back, and now they've got to try and salvage. And the big problem now they have is crashing that wave on the bounce, because they can be.
They need Pantheon to come towards bot side.
Nothing down to bot side and having no flash on Rin.
Quick note, Ward's spotting out the movement from Kaiser returning down bot. Piero was looking for an angle, but Mercy, as you were saying before, Trouble's been playing this lane pretty well. And so those all-ins for Electrode is the commitment. that
The
Mercy
Bard
has
roams where he
with
just
the
leaves
CS
behind some
even in
Ws.
the matchup is not really what you talk about when you see Akali versus Victor in the first 6 levels at least.
No, absolutely. He shows how well he knows the matchup into the Victor, right, and into all of those control mages. That's why we praised him early on for having this assassin sort of pool that he can bring out into slow queue right here. And he's actually the one pushing the lane this time around.
Bot lane is really bad right now, but Yukino doesn't care. He's actually going to look mid lane. I think he should beeline bot to the no flash Rin, but Mercy's going to
He's going to face check and he throws it all away. The shield out with the movement speed as well. Yukino, enhanced spear.
Not going to die, but burning the flash. Forcing him back with no TP as well. Loki's going to crash this in, base, come back out.
Both side of the map. You can't just face check the boost with Trundle nowhere near. They're looking to catch Piero. Oh, nice
Johnny's
block.
got a pillar in the way. Piero can't get through. One take of those. Douglas goes.
Wait, that pillar fully just block it?
Needed the flash over from Douglas.
That's first blood.
Kaiser gets first blood. I don't think Douglas...
It gets so wonky.
What a good cancel from Douglas Pillar into the W from Kaiser, and that's going to turn into first dragon. When you have stronger bot lane and mid lane and you lose first dragon, it's pretty weird.
Ooh. X-Kick's going to maybe die as well.
But the TP is going to back him up. Meanwhile, we're going all over the map because mid's in trouble.
Oh, no.
Execution, nothing.
Did he just reset? Did it...
Now open season.
Wait, Akali was full HP, wasn't she? She literally just came back from being almost dead. Did she cancel the base?
That was a fantastic tempo movement on the map by KCB.
Grayson waiting for that Q to get its little upgrade with the Rain of Anger. Doesn't do too much, Maintenance just backs off, but man, I feel like you...
Oh, he just can't be there, man. He wastes his ult as well.
Takes his head off. There's a smile.
And I mean, this series, he's really been showing up when we talked about the start of the day being about the play.
I mean, he had a really bad first game, you know, I think.
In that
But...
winter area, or
Ooh, don't say that. No, they don't want anyone to steal Yukino.
But they're going to be in the LEC regardless if they win this game, if they win this series. It's setting up to be that way, and I mean, Yukino, we talked about it, like, this import is insane, has been this series.
Let's also have a look historically for KC. They came through the ERLs, and the amount of talent they've been scouting and developing that then later made it into the LEC on a lot of different teams, right? It has been incredible so far, and they continue that tradition.
And what a disappointing end of the year turned whole, turned great, a cheery smile. Like when you start with first stand and then it's gone downhill from there for the organization, this would be such a story of redemption. But it is a 500 goal for Heretics. It is still game 3. And I don't like closing the book until the final page, the final chapter at least is written for this game. The gold lead is coming out of Heretics' side.
Like everyone feels like it's lost, even though this game, if you just look at this game in isolation, is fine.
It's going to be the other
Can take grubs.
Top lane is a bot. TP is available. Here we go.
Exekick's isolated. He can't join the fight unless he uses long-range spells. It's hard.
Out. Douglas has himself a magical journey. Kaiser jumps in, jumps out. Mercy with an angle, as we talked about. The steal tempted as Heretics look for the engage. Mercy jumps in, stunned up the Akali. Now caught out with the Chaos Storm. Yukino
oh no.
jumps in and a curtain call. He's going to lay her down. Mercy trying to dodge away from the bullet.
Oh, he doesn't die though.
But Trayson comes in.
How do they have so many more people here?
The Renekton's angle fantastic as Kaiser looks for an angle.
Oh, Rin almost got another one. Okay, okay. They're playing.
But damn if it wasn't messy.
I don't understand how there was just felt like there was way more people from.
Trying to snipe the Akali, trying to get away. That Renekton just took the entire fight over.
I think the problem is for KC Blue here is that Exa just wasn't there. He was stuck topside because he was hostage and not.
Okay, let's see this.
Look at him up in top.
So he can't join.
He can't join the fight. He can't auto attack. So it's actually just a 4 versus 5, and the only thing the Jin can do is contribute with long range spells.
Both TPs come through.
Actually, he takes a lot of damage here, right? This is the worst case scenario for the Akali, but my AD carry hasn't.
But then Renekton there is just always just doing so much work. Renekton just.
He thinks he's part of the team again. He said my AD carry.
Hey, there's Renekton in the game. He's also using my skin, I will say.
I was about to say, you should say my top laner, not my AD carry, you know? Like, who are you playing for? You can't be double agent.
It's the Barney chroma for Renekton. He's purple.
He's got a Black Cleaver as well, by the way. So as you said, there's a strong point here with the one item, but the Heretics are strong.
Okay.
Well delivered.
This is the start of the comeback.
Needed at this point. With Heretics as well, they start cresting towards that first item. It will lead them towards that next dragon. 1 minute 30 till that comes through. Second, I should say. Of course, Cloud was picked up by KC Blue, but 2 grubs for Heretics. Not a bad start to this game.
And very, very importantly, the junglers are pretty even, especially with Douglas going for the Trinity Force, which is a more expensive item than the Standard Sky. Usually Pantheon gets to roam around and make plays during that item breakpoint, but Douglas has been keeping up really nicely. Nice pillar.
Pillars have been pretty good so far.
Yeah, the question right now is, who's stronger on no item completions? And I think that has to be a Heretics. They've got way more utility and base damages right now. Their champions are functionally stronger, especially with this Renekton coming through.
Mercy's coming up.
They should have control.
Aragon, I have to interrupt you because Mercy's coming up, and with an Akali always tends to dive. Going to be spotted on the ward, but the pings were getting spammed down.
Victor is trapped in bot lane. These two can be dove. 4v2, we don't fancy this. Pantheon can ult in, I guess.
Just with force.
Yeah, two grubs, so anywhere they go, every play is favored towards Heretics. They need to be matched.
They saw slow Q down there, freezing the wave down the bot lane, so they knew there wasn't going to be any response coming through from KCB.
Slowcube is
so
just building up a lead doing this, though. If you're not going to do anything, like you have to break this freeze instead.
Onto a Kali, so the more tire platings, the faster you get there.
Now the Thunder Sky is complete for Pantheon, so KC Blue, they can start skirmishing, right, until the Triforce comes through for Trundle.
Okay, the ult comes through.
Sky, but Mains has got to get a tag
He's
on
fine,
this
isn't he?
horn onto Trace.
Maybe not.
He does so. Dominus popped out, but Mains is quite low.
Okay, Jin's coming down too.
Incoming, but the Pantheon damage, as you said, that first item. Build, Bridges.
Okay.
And we're all about construction here for you.
They traded for a dragon though, so I don't think it's particularly bad for Heretics.
Forge call, but it just isn't enough. He still gets popped in terms of the CC.
Now,
that's going to be Dragon for Douglas.
I mean, Dragon is good. Dragon is important. But these picks show you what KC have been doing all series long. And I do feel like, again, Trace and Aragon, when you know so much about this Renekton, the early part of this game is crucial. Gets caught out, and we start seeing scaling coming through to Victor, to Ornn.
And to be fair, this is worst case scenario. Sort of ganking for an Ornn lane is definitely not where Pantheon really wants to be. But Yukino, luckily for him, he's the one.
Piero's really far forward. Well, he misses the Q as well. He's just going to die. Maybe Slowcube dies as well.
Slowcube came to help out and wishes he hadn't. Slice and dice and everything nice. Heretics
Big.
get two, and KC Blue are getting punished.
KC Blue are just getting picked after
They're just quite
breathe on the map right now.
They're getting really sloppy about where they're going.
It's crazy what Heretics look like with a comp that can make moves early.
I mean, let's be honest right there. I don't know what Piero was doing there. He was a bit too overextended. He didn't necessarily have...
He's just going in at completely the wrong time. No one is around him. No lanes are pushed. There's no reason they can't just chase you down.
By Piero that got really nicely punished by Heretics, and another two tire platings going over to the Spanish team.
It's just super good picks versus relatively weak carries at this stage, because now you're entering a dip, right? In terms of damage, your Ornn is probably your biggest damage deal alongside the Pantheon, and then you have Victor Jin kind of scaling up with the Victor notoriously weak. And that's where Heretics become really strong, especially with this Renekton, with Zakali. Getting to one item. Triforce as well.
In trouble, you're talking about that Triforce, that expensive item now built, and 005, Douglas on this champion has had a lot of early game impact, great pillars so far. And I do feel like outside of that one misstep through the magical journey, everything else has been clean as you'd like, as 115.
Oh, he's diving the
Oof.
Forge God. Mercy was
So close.
That was like
Zakali is getting scary.
7 seconds on the rocket belt, or he would have been 100% dead.
True.
It's such a good lane assignment as well. You send the Akali into the Ornn, who's built full armor, Thornmail for the minute.
Thornmail first.
You just get one shot by the Akali. It's like you don't have any items.
So close from Mercy, and his
Feels a bit
mechanics
strange.
game have been clean. The Akali that comes out down against match point, down against a 2-0. What ambition from this mid laner.
Now they're going to pressure on this wave.
Heretics, they have been finding the picks, 2,500 gold up.
2 grubs as well. They are going to get the first tower. That's going to be feats.
And they have gotten them first as well, which is very, very important. And right here, they're looking to also stack the Drakes. 2.5 on the next dragon.
Nice, Heretics in a really good spot.
Are in a much better position as scaling needs to come through from KCB, and it's not there yet.
2 grubs, Triforce Trundle, and a Demolish proc from Renekton means that's first tower and feats for Heretics. That's an excellent play, shifting your power down to bot side.
Herald, though, is coming up in 10 seconds, and while Yukino does have his ult available to kind of set up something on top, Heretics are going to be here first. Rin sets up into Exta.
I think KCB really wanted the Renekton themselves. Pantheon comes in. Nice interrupt though. So actually a couple of ults for summoners.
That was a little bit messy because the pillar didn't necessarily land where they wanted to land. It didn't land behind the Pantheon, land in front of the Pantheon. So there wasn't really any threat right there on the side of KCB whilst the flash was blown by Rin on that Sivir, which means that KCB walk up to this objective for free.
They're going to play aggressive. They're going to take some camps away, but it's going to be Herald.
You could see their lack of damage. They just collapsed and were free hitting onto the Trundle and the Rakan for so long, but they just did nothing through the redemption heal. Still, they're going to be able to secure the Rift Herald, and now before that next Drake, they're going to be able to use it.
I mean, Victor will scale up to be really, really strong. All items, obviously, eventually is just going to be getting a lot of this gold lead back. But Renekton still is strong enough to... Renekton and Akali are strong enough to kind of carry this game. And they don't have a problem, I think, in the later stages of the game necessarily, because Sivir is going to be able to do probably quite a lot, I think, with the amount of, or lack of, I should say, threat from the side of KCB.
Almost a second item himself with Dragon 45 from.
And I feel like right here, Yukino's gonna have to play the Nocturne type of game where you just shadow one of your side laners. He's doing it right here for Slowky, trying to walk up onto the wave. The second the Akali walks up, the Renekton walks up, you just gank for them as a Exa.
Yeah.
Might be getting ganked, but I'm looking more towards the top side of the map where Yukino is sort of hovering in the river in Fog of War, trying to see if Mercy is going to take a good trade into solo queue.
Yeah, quickness not popped to try and force a flash onto Exa right there.
Okay. You just play for the next dragon. 15 seconds. Strange time to reset.
It's still going to be a noticeable amount of damage.
KCB are just trying to aggressively trade.
Mercy goes to
Oh,
defend.
Mercy
There's a
just
gravity field down as well at half HP. Yukino helps
like
out with
nearly
the
just
poke as well.
Where's the Herald?
dead.
Mercy's gonna get a redemption. That's health up. Piero
Oh my god, there was
gets
longest
stun,
stun.
but the stun up big.
Ooh, nice interrupt.
Magical Johnny baited.
Huge interrupt from Kaiser on the Rakan.
In place, and now with a juicy crocodile.
He gets 2 and stops the stun. And they're going to get Dragon as well.
Even exit to Mercy by showing up the R1
So it's the same again. When Heretics were behind, they made this play at the same time as Dragon, but not when the enemy team had gone to Dragon. So KCB are making this play when they think, right, Dragon is coming up, so they're going to be at Dragon. But they haven't actually seen them at Dragon. They haven't actually put their time in there, so they can just match on the other side. And the Mainz is just going to die.
This is what we talked about with the Trundle subjugation on Mainz. He's in the dirt.
I think they really wanted Renekton. I think banning Gwen and Jax was a bit strange.
He gets hit from afar. The curtain call into the wall. No, giving the kill over slow queue. It is a punish on both sides.
But now they're going to look bot side for that tier 2. They've got to make sure to defend it because that's a lot of gold that would get onto the backline diver of Akali.
They do, I mean, Trundle kills towers fast, obviously. Akali does not.
On the map. Heretics right here have the stronger side laners, and it's just so difficult for Yukino to not only take out all those fires onto the map, but also create those situations where they're taking those objectives on the map. The Herald's going to be used right here to take that mid lane tower, and it's very, very important because with champions like Ornn and Bard, you can play through pockets of Fog of War.
Knock up.
He's gone.
A cheeky knock onto Kaiser. He is going to drive it up topside. And I think that was a really important play by KC Blue right there. A kill up topside onto the Fed Renekton into taking mid. Tier 1.
They got mid tower with the Herald. Still quite far behind. I still think with this Jhin, you wanted a bit more damage. Because now, like, I don't think as much you're getting as Akali just runs over your team.
As he picks up the kill, KC Blue are losing out gold fast.
And that's why I love this kind of compositions from Heretics. They have life in them. They have playmaking potential.
Just like I said in the draft, I didn't like the fact that they went for the exact same thing, the exact same bans, but actually the end outcome, I think, is the best of them so far.
And Mercy has played a huge part in all this with his Akali.
But I also think this Renekton on 4 is really, really good. If they'd have gone for like Victor or something on 4 and then KCB get Renekton and stuff, I think that's much more scary. But I think when enemy picks Renekton there, I don't know what else you can take.
Because Kaiser can really get down and dirty with a Rakan, getting into the backline, finding those angles. And so far, he has been doing just that, almost 100% kill participation.
Like in this kind of game, Jhin is a lot of setup. And Jhin is setting up who? Because like Pantheon nowadays isn't the carry champ, he's the like stun bot and stuff like that. Victor will do a lot of damage much later on, especially with this build. And your tank lane, your top laner is Ornn. I mean, even like Camille or something. So it's because you banned Ambessa and Jax and Gwen, with all champs that would work well with Jhin.
the Victor and actually punish an immobile mid laner like that. Slowq has to walk up, shove all his spells on the wave, and just back off.
And that's part of the bigger problem, right? Getting Victor through this early where he's essentially useless. Like, this Victor is completely useless.
Yeah.
Slowq needs to find a way to bridge, and he just completed Leandris. So escorting him to that Leandris by shadowing in side lane, like that, like you're saying, Trouble, was really, really big. And now maybe they can look to fight, because he was not...
Okay, 130 for the next dragon.
Really good thing
That'll be the next
from
thing.
that iteration right here of the two mid laners is that Mercy's almost level 14. And Slowq is about to ding level 14 from getting that Road of Ages stack, right? Which means that usually when a Victor gets the Road of Ages stack, he's at least 1 to 2
So not
levels
these
higher
waves.
than opponent
Obviously,
mid
there's
lane.
Atkan on the
With
other
Kali,
side,
the fact that you've
but
kept up, the fact that you're ahead, you sort of equalize
I mean,
that.
maybe they can go for it. They don't have very much damage.
The elephant
KCB.
in the room right now is Rin. 2.6k gold lead individually. A Sivir that scaled way too early.
Sivir is
And even though
really,
Mid-tower is
really
gone,
strong.
Because of his deep vision, having Sivir, oh, nice name for a new champion.
Well, Victor is in the game.
Yeah, Victor's simmering, Sivir is not, she's boiling. And I think Rin right now, with the constant mid push, enables them to do plays like this.
Slowq.
Slowq. How confident is he? With
Oof, nice battle.
buys time, but there's a teleport in. Yukino joins in.
Every teleport's coming in. Is that Kali on the backside? Yeah.
Maintenance join in, but he flashes away from the
Mercy.
pillar.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, Mercy jumps in, but how deep
He
is
just
the
goes in and
goal?
nearly dies?
The steal out from the
Oh
Orc.
no.
The play. KC
Oof. Oh, Kali just needs to play that so much safer, I think, so much slower.
CC from KC Blue is fantastic.
I just love the fact that they just bunched up in this choke point. So the fact that Mercy found the flanks, he
And that's
finds
gonna be
the flank
Atkan
in
probably.
4 members and can't get an execute. Has to use all of his buttons to actually escape. And now KCB
Because
has
Akali
found
basically just
Atkan.
teleports in, walks in, and runs away.
Lady carry and a Victor for DPS. Jin's not even here.
Jin's
so
not even
the
there.
Hextech
Oh, they're
portals
so
are coming.
slow.
Dead. Mercy, no ulti, but it's almost off cooldown. He's got a lot of damage here now with his Shadow Flame picked up. 8k.
No, they're just leaving it. They're taking third dragon for this.
Long con hit up top, but 6k,
playing for
it
dragon.
doesn't matter how slow it is. Heretics
Yeah,
are for
they're just
going.
taking third dragon instead.
Gold injection steal.
Yeah, and Douglas has opted instead to go for that soul point. Rather than contest, maybe, with the portal tempo, they're going to go towards bot side. Maybe secure the
It's still a
soul
really
point.
good spot for Heretics. They should still win the game. But that is a worrying team fight to lose, I think.
It's going to be a game-winning point right there.
I want to see it again because I'm pretty sure you just play the back end of it much slower and you're fine.
Extra boost of damage from Atkan might help them to come through the next team fight.
That's on the back, no. Exa lets him back. Rin just goes back, gets Navori, Flicker Blade, 3 items, Sivir.
And Sivir is really, really strong. Sivir just needs to be hitting.
Yo moves rapid fire from Exa.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a 4,000 gold lead, but with ornaments starting to come through, I feel like this gold lead is a little bit of a pseudo gold lead, slowly but surely.
Plus, Atkan, give or take,
Yeah.
about 3,000 gold.
Yeah, the problem with this is it's raw gold rather than items, and the Sivir still has a whole item advantage with the
Yeah.
Navori, right?
Yeah, I can't do too much here.
Rin, and I think the best part is him playing Sivir. He's not.
Execute is going very aggro.
Fate onto Douglas, misses good.
Oh, he gets them both.
Blinding flash. Okay, but they need a little bit more. Here comes the rest of KC Blue.
Oh, they're just too far forward and Rin's shut down as well. Oh, this doesn't happen if it wasn't for the other games, I think. It feels like they're behind, doesn't it? And the thing is that if you're playing this game, you might genuinely feel like you're behind. Because they don't see this. They don't see 3.2k. They can't do all the maths, you know?
Between dragons,
It
punishment
can just
like
feel
that,
like you're
Mercy
behind.
Subject to the attention of KC Blue.
Another dive, but how will this one go this time? Pierre,
Oh.
Cosmic Binding, unreal. Deadly Flash doesn't connect. That's a big one as well, but sure can flip away. The damage still might be enough. The flash forward on X. Oh! This old LEC 80.
He almost died.
Trayson's gonna ult. We come back to mid, but
I mean, he's dead.
Is tanky enough. The pillar with subjugation should help out, but Yukino not too far off.
I don't know why he's there, but he's dead. I don't know how he's there. Okay, so 2k gold lead, but Atkan and all items starting to come through. But they still can't win 5v5, I think, and they have to just catch them out. But Sivir's not here, guys. Long fight is bad now. Sivir is not here. X kicks here. Oh, nice pillar. Oh, okay.
The timing's not there from Piero this time. and Heretics get out, but
Flash
they
is down.
keep
Flash down for Nixon.
making mistakes, and they have got to be wary of it.
Trying to make a pick onto Yukino, because that's Nash. If Yukino dies, the AD carry Rin, Sivir's DPS is going to be enough to take the Nash, and
Okay.
it's off of this pick right here.
So nice
That was
double
it.
stun.
Thank you from
Yeah.
the Bard right there.
I mean, honestly, you're trying to hit with the Q, the trundle, right, to slow him, but the fact that Rakan does.
But then they just like Civ is running forward.
I love the
with no
punishing
flash.
the lack of flash rather on Rin. Even though Rin has 3 items, he's still immobile, and they flash onto him to punish.
And right here, I'm just gonna say it, guys. 2.6k Goldie with 3 ornaments coming through. That's pretty much dead even.
Shouldn't be, right? Heretics had this game in the palm of their hands as much
Well, they're
like game
thinking about
1,
it, though.
but as Baron presents itself,
Okay.
it's going to be started.
3
Look at
bot.
Everyone is on the map. Yukino's bot. Yukino's bot. is
They're
all
diving.
towards Mercy.
No,
Let's
they
teleport.
just
If
do
you
the
can
Baron.
buy some time. Versus 3, this will
They're
be so
starting Baron, they're
worse.
beelining
Now
Baron,
they
they're
should have.
beelining
They
Baron.
could have been on it for
Pretty much
ages.
gone. Yukino is going to get the stun down. Mercy
He's dead.
comes back and dies.
Slow
But
Q.
Baron-
There's TP and there's
They
Oh
have
my
TP
god, they're so low.
levels. Yukino has ulti.
They didn't start
No,
with
they're so
Heretics.
low.
Heretics
Oh,
get
they're
out.
just in a. They're
Heretics
just.
get caught in advance. Downwind gets sent up into the air. Extra deadly fire shots
They're in a
connect, but 4
mess.
members of Heretics run away. And now Yukino's nearby.
They're in a mess.
Worst case scenario right here from Heretics is they have to wrap around. The Baron has been started. Douglas has the flash. And KCB need to stop him from getting in the pit.
The bouncing boomerangs could do work in a small chunk like this.
We'll set up. The route starts off on a trace. The Mater's happy to take it up almost.
How did this go so badly?
2 items.
Like I know it. Like I was saying, like there's this aura now. Like you feel like it's not going well.
Proper English, but watch this. The setup comes
Oh
through
my god, Bard.
Under 2 again. Piero's Bard is unbelievable. Mater sees the
Teleport comes in from behind though. This can the back end can be good for Heretics.
Heretics.
Civ is still putting out some damage.
Rin front lining. False shotted though. Rin jumps in.
Dies, but so does Execute.
Chaos of Mercy
2 for 2.
comes back
Not too
alive.
bad, and you stop the Baron.
Fang off the Baron play.
Not too bad, not
It
too
was
bad.
KC Blue who went deep that time around.
KCB couldn't make their mind up. Do they want the Baron? Do they want to stop Douglas from getting into the pit? Do they want to fight? They kind of did everything. And nothing at the same time as Mercy respawns, comes back and cleans up the fight.
I think they got baited by the fact that Mater landed a double knockup, so they're like, send it on these targets, we can engage. And crucially, Yukino lands 2 insane spears to finish off targets. That was really important to recover the play, because if Yukino didn't manage to land those, that's a really big winning fight and situation for Heretics.
It's not over yet. The Dragons there. Remember, this is sole point for Heretics. Baron also up and available, so flipping one might net the other, pending the fight. But the crowd's back in action. 3,500 gold lead gone. Now to 1,500. It's slim with the ornaments. It's not even a margin.
Okay.
Heretics jump in. Mercy's
Mercy.
Slow Q's too far forward. Really nice Bard ult.
Stop time. Call for God as well, but Heretics
Is going to be the trade.
the knockup. It's
Civ is here doing work.
It's unbelievable. GA from Yukino is going to be popped. Rin stands strong. He must die for KC Blue to end it here.
Nice, good
But he
spell
climbs
shield.
back. He's got that.
Oh no.
X against the target.
X is able to.
Atlas now is all that remains. KC Blue find a will. Find a will.
Yeah.
And paint the town blue.
Oh man, how is this happening? They're gonna lose their soul, like lose the ability to get the soul.
He's playing with so much confidence in these fights.
So importantly, they get to take away the soul from Heretics. This is such a strong soul.
This was a 5k gold lead this game. 5k gold lead and 3 dragons.
But also KCB managed to build up the dragons for themselves. With all the range they've got, with Hextech Soul, it would be incredible and so difficult for Heretics to get onto them.
And what I have seen in this
I mean,
series so far is Piero.
Another 10 minutes goes by, then there's going to be a lot of us that's happened.
Unbelievably clutch as we watch the last fight again.
Yeah, the formerly LCK
I mean-
Challenger support who won the league.
Is this
That's a
just
huge
Bard
step
diff
for Fate to
or
not
what?
only get an engage off, but also disengage, and then lands the Q afterwards. Now, it doesn't look great because the skirmishing is so strong, but so much brittle damage comes through.
And you see Rin here, he's free hitting, right? Once those ricochets start going through. But Exa realizes that he's winning in the HP department, flashes forward, shuts down the Sivir, and game over.
And then the snipe to end it all as well afterwards with a W.
And on a, oh no, oh, Extra.
Oh!
It's done.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
It'll be finished
I was just thinking, like, is that actually saved him? Okay, and Orn's gonna die as well. I was too distracted by the It looked like he was stopping the Akali ult damage. They die as well. Did they just mega throw the game again? What is this series, by the way? Like, you watch just the Mere Masters, or you play like your own scrims with like Nord scrims or something, and you go watch Mere Masters. You're like, this seems really good. And then you watch Worlds, and you watch Mere Masters, and you're like, oh, what are we doing? This is wild. And why is Jin by himself? Why is there just a 1v1 happening in mid lane? Oh, he almost got it. Surely not. I'm still not convinced they're going to win this game, by the way. They've got less of a lead now than they had 10 minutes ago.
The arrow tried very close. That was a 1k Baron call. But Heretics stabilized the game, a 4,000 gold lead. Yeah. Really important items in their
4,000 of it, 3.5k of it is on Renekton.
You've got that Seekers for Akali,
and Renekton at this stage of the game is not useless by any means, but is like... Oh my god. Oh my god. Why is he so far forward, and also why is Akali just full sending it by himself?
Wasn't alive. I was looking for a bard, but the rest of the team filled the gap.
Messi must be kicking himself right now. He does with flash up, Seekers up, trying to execute Exa, and that's the Baron buff push gone.
But that's the question, right? Mercy Knight, just play the Nash. You don't have to go for a volatile play. You're in a winning situation. If you just play for the tier 2s into a 4th dragon,
he did just get the Baron by picking off Exa, so you can understand.
Okay, gold leads back, but as you said, Mercy really slowed the game down there. Must be kicking himself because every fight matters more and more. There's so much standing gold as well. So one ace leads to those inner turrets where all three are standing for both sides of the rift right now. It's 150 to a soul for Heretics. It is items galore with 4 on a Sivir, almost 4 on Mercy. That Seekers will be a Zhonya's. That'll give him more time. And Heretics are in the driver's seat still. But the resilience of KC Blue in this game, in this series, is once again rearing its head.
It's not back-breaking, right? But it is an opportunity lost where you could have had tier 2 gold with that Nash Siege and then spent it to get even stronger items for the upcoming Soul fight. And they're going to lose out on that now. And that might be, in terms of stats, the losing reason why they lose this fight.
Heretics still in a pretty good situation right here to trying to gain some control in the jungle as Kaiser gets slightly caught. Yeah, Douglas with the wraparound.
They're deep, and Impala's going to catch him out. X has to flash away. Trayson on the hunt. He flashes.
Okay, Exa gets saved. They're just going too far forward. Like, they're just so far separated. Like, you need to play for Sivir to be doing the damage. You don't need to be diving. Because now Sivir can't actually hit. So all this time, Sivir can't hit anywhere near as much. So at the back end, she can still clean up. They're into the game again. Oh, and he's stunned into another stun. Oh, no. Oh, and Yukino stole the Penta. Oof. This is why I said I still don't know if they're going to win this game. They butchered that fight. That's so low key. Oof. Like, if you just dive one by one and then he just lives. Especially Sivir, like, if I'm Sivir, I'm so pissed at that. Like, just let me hit, guys. Oof. Well, KC in the LEC. Big. Big.
The storied org in ERL. The winningest org in the ERL. About to lift their 5th title.
Huge.
LEC Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. 2025 was a noble entrant, rather, 2024.
They won from behind, they won from an even state, and they won from ahead. This was pure domination in this series.
Yeah, I
Ruby
think
were the better team.
they'll be near the bottom,
In spectacular
but
fashion.
it would be great to have one of them play for playoffs, even top 8.
And KC set the expectation that no one in the LEC is safe. They'll join the Lost Ratones. And in the LEC versus for 2026, it is going to be blue doubly so.
Hey, they wanted Yukino in the LEC.
All right,
Could be.
I am gonna look at a couple of things from that game because I think it'll be useful.
They'll take him. KC Blue. They are once again on top of EMEA Masters and the ERLs.
Oh no, you can't look at it now. I can't get the games. I could get them as it was going on, but I can't get them now
Lineup's going to do.
because it's processing.
Piero is insane.
Those Bard stuns?
His
Yeah, I mean Pierre played that last game so fucking well.
and Yukino's distribution. How he played the map, I mean, you could same can be said here. As Mata on tank.
On that Scion with the drifting, that might be the best Scion I've seen in a long time.
Really good. Okay,
It is right to see a 3-0 in Paris in front of their home.
still
Almost elation
Every single
for a
member.
very disappointing end of year somewhere else. The blessings come from where you least expect them. They
okay.
made
It's still not
the
letting me
ERLs.
look at the games. So I mean, this one was a bit silly.
All right. This is it. Something that looked like it could potentially go all 5 games, the entire distance.
Did it look like that, guys?
Especially with that first game, where it was so back and forth. I mean, you really thought, but then
You can't fumble against them. You can't fumble. Heretics tried really hard. Game 1, game 3, absolutely incredible in terms of skill checking them. But you fumble once.
I just want to highlight how good they are at finding plays to get back into a game as well, because that's really hard, right? All the picks that they made were so good at punishing every little mistake Heretics have, even with a lead. Like, coming back, I mean, look at the man on your screen. Piero with these tempered fates and the stuns from the Qs.
I mean, Bard was absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's hard to look into this and say the MVP was X. It's really hard,
Hey, now I get it. Yo, KC fans, I get it.
right?
I get it.
It's hard not
They
to
love him.
understand it, and when you get this vibe from the crowd as well, it's really hard to even talk about it. Exa was just crying, and having the family over there as well, witnessing this.
I mean, this Temper Fate looks awesome, but you're also cancelling the Victor ult.
Remember where he came from, right? Started in the ERLs, gets picked
Okay,
up on the
one last
LEC,
check.
and then dropped back
No,
down.
still
And I'm not
processing.
gonna lie
So,
to you, for a lot of players, this
It's quite late, so I am gonna call it there, I think. So thanks guys for watching, and as soon as I know when I'm doing a next stream, I will message. But if you want to stay up to date, do join the Discord, and I'll tag you. Make sure you're tagged with the viewer thing, and then I'll tag you wherever I know as much as possible. Still in off season, so I don't really have any kind of set schedule, but as soon as I make a schedule, I'll start to do streams at consistent times again.